We're going. It's been going. It's been recording. It's been rolling for a few minutes, like 5 minutes. Vape Nation.
6 milligram, bro.
Hey, forecast cloudy. Yeah. So, did you guys have a good Thanksgiving? What'd you guys do for Thanksgiving?
Hung out with my family a little bit. Worked.
Same thing, except my grandmother was late because she rolled up on a dead body in the middle of an intersection. She was the first one on scene. But
Shit.
yeah, JoJo.
JoJo.
What?
Yeah, she
Bro.
rolled up, right. She rolled up on a. I'm sorry. She rolled up on a injury collision involving what I'm assuming was a pedestrian, who was DRT, dead right there. People don't know what that means.
Yeah.
He was laying in the middle of the intersection, and police were there, and they were no longer working on him, which would tell the average person he's probably no longer living.
Yeah.
So she was a little distraught when she got to the house, but other than that, it was pretty typical, man. Great food, good families, had a good time.
That's nice. I went down to Georgia when hung out with my family and shit.
Atlanta.
No, my family's from middle of nowhere in Georgia. I used to live in Atlanta, but not anymore.
There's other places in Georgia other than Atlanta.
Yeah, there is.
Okay. It's news to me.
Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, it's somewhat close to Atlanta, but not really. It'd be like saying, I'm just not even going to do a comparison, but it's not that close. It's like 2 hours away. Close enough you can get there, but not that close. You need to like talk louder. I can barely hear you.
Testing.
Well, I can turn you up. Say something.
You a bitch.
Say it again.
You a bitch.
Okay.
So this is probably the volume I will be speaking at. Blah,
I'll
blah,
just have
blah.
to turn you up later. It's fine.
All right.
Well, while you're speaking at that volume, why don't you elaborate on this 3 a.m. pickup that I'm not aware of?
The
What
3
happened?
a.m. pickup.
So I got a call I was awake because I work night shift. And
It
I was
wasn't
off
3
work.
a.m.
That's what you put down in your notes. I think
It might have been 3
It
a.m.
might have been 3 a.m. Yeah.
Middle of the night. Okay,
Yeah, so
continue.
I was off work though. I just still used to being nocturnal. Then I was just hanging out. And I got a call, and I don't think I didn't answer right away because I was talking with my girlfriend about something.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, in my mind I was thinking he probably just wants to game. I'll call him back in a minute. And then I checked my phone. I saw like, I'm stranded. Come pick me up, bro. I'm like, okay, all right. So I call him back, and he's like, hey, I'm at this chick's house, and she's nasty.
Fucking dude, that bitch's house is disgusting. Okay, so for backstory,
Like, I need help.
I was hanging out with our buddy that lives downtown, the one that you've been over to his place. I was hanging out with him and all those other boys, right? And my buddy's girlfriend's friend was there, and me and her. Oh man, this is a whole other thing. But okay, so the week prior to that, God, it's such a long story. The week prior to that, anyway, me and this chick hooked up at my buddy's apartment. Also, my other buddies were asleep on the couch right beside me when all that shit went down. I digress. Doesn't matter. I'm a degenerate. So she's all into me. I'm not really into her, just for whatever reasons. I have my reasons. And but anyway, I get invited over to her house with my other buddy, who I gave him the go ahead, and I told him like, yo, I'm not really into this chick. If you want to
Whatever.
do whatever, do your thing. I'll give you the green light. So we go over to her place. I walk in before I even see anything. I open up the door and I just get a fucking god awful smell. She's got like 2 dogs and like a cat, and it just smelled like absolute dog shit in that motherfucker. As soon as I walk in, I walk right back out and I called AJ before I even saw anything. And I know I sound like I'm an asshole because I'm completely shitting on her, and it's my buddy's girlfriend's friend, but my buddy's girlfriend broke up with him, so burning bridges right now. I don't give a shit.
Okay.
Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. So he's just like, yeah, I'm at this chick's place, and I need you to come pick me up.
Yeah.
And because he knew I was awake and
Yeah.
he knew I'd be sober. So he's like, I'm probably the only one who would be able to pick him up.
Dude,
at
you were
that
my
time.
savior. I don't even know why I didn't think of Uber or anything like that. But at the same time, I mean, I'm glad you can pick me up. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, man. And then, so I was, and so I called him when I got nearby. 'Cause
Oh God.
the address he sent me was actually the apartment complex next door. So I call him because I was like, he didn't give me an apartment number. And he was like, no, it's a house. It's actually the street right down.
Yeah.
It was,
Well, okay. So
and
what?
so he answered, and he was like, he didn't want me to call him. He wanted me to text him. He said,
Yeah.
oh yeah. Like, hey, where you at? Yeah, okay, I'm here at this address. I was like, okay, all right, I'm right down the street. I'll be right there. Because he didn't tell them that he was leaving.
No, yeah, I
He was
was
just
just gonna leave.
hanging out. and so when I get there, he's like, I just see him like waving. He like signaling me, and so I pull up and I pick
Yeah.
him up, and he's got a handful of beers. So not only did he just, and she was like, "Are you leaving?" And he's like, "Yeah, bye." Not only
Yeah.
did he just dip out without any warning, but he also took all the beer,
She looks at me and goes, "You're a fucking dick."
and he's like scooping up beers.
No, what? Okay, so
You're done.
Yeah, you're done.
You're done.
No, so what happened was, so when we got there, our other buddy, the fucking, you know who it is, uh, he was there with us. So it was me. I'll edit it out. It was me and Keith was with us, and he was fucking wasted, like
Oh,
bad,
yeah,
like
that-
bad, like bad. Like he shouldn't have been with us. He should have been at home. Like, but he was with us, and this chick, she had like a whole 24 pack of Michelob Ultra in the back of her vehicle. And when we got there, grabbed the grabbed the beer, and when we were walking in, he fucking dropped it, and it had been opened or whatever. He dropped it, and he spilled like 12 beers on the ground, like half the pack. And I was like, "Yo, go inside. I'll pick up the beer, and I'll come meet you." So I'm picking up all the beer, and I'm just literally, I didn't have any hands, and he had the box. So I was like, well, I'm just gonna put them in my pockets. And then that's when I walked in, and I smelled that shit, and I fucking walked right back out. I was just like, okay, these beers are mine now, and I'm leaving. Like, I know I may be a savage for that, whatever, or a piece of shit. But we got there, and that's why I had all those beers. And I remember going up there, and was like, we were talking, we were all hanging out. They started watching a movie, like I don't even remember what it was, some comedy, and they think that I'm like about to hang out, and I'm sitting there, and here you go, grabs like throws me a White Claw, and I'm drinking that, and then he goes, "Bro, why do you have so many beers in your pocket?" I was like, "Oh, I picked them up because such and such." Dropped them outside. He's like, "Okay." Nobody thought about it, and then it was like I was standing there.
But you still had them in your
Yeah,
pocket.
yeah. And then I still had them in my pockets. And I was standing there, and you finally. It didn't take you that long to get there, like not very long at all, really. But I was standing there, and then you called me, and you're like, "Where are you at?" And I told you like we just said, but I was standing there, and I looked at the girl, and I go, I'm on the phone. I go, "Hey, what's the address here?" And she goes, "It's blah blah blah." And I go, and I tell you that, and they go, "Are you leaving?" And I go, "Yep, see you guys." Just fucking walked out with all the beer. Another little scenario that happened that night though. My buddy who was super wasted, that was there, shouldn't have been there, broke her fucking cabinets, or not her cabinets, but her shelf.
Drunk ass.
Yeah,
Our friend's drunk ass
Yeah.
just fucking fell into it. Is that
yeah. Did
that
I
was-
tell you about that?
Yeah, you did. Was that after he dropped the beers?
Yes.
Or okay,
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
pictured it being at the same time, but you said it was outside. They
No,
dropped
yeah,
it.
it was like right when we got there. He dropped all the
He
beer,
just-
and then we were in there and we were watching this movie, and I'm sitting there like waiting on you to show up, and we're sitting there, random out of the blue. He was on the couch, and then it just went, "Badoosh," just fell the fuck over. He just fell over, and the shelf disintegrated. It fucking fell like entirely apart. It was awesome. I just started laughing my ass off. I was like, "Holy shit!"
I just
I
thought
like
it was,
went over there to start picking stuff up, and I was just like, "I don't know what to do with this stuff." I was like, "I'm sorry," you know.
I just thought it was hilarious that this chick was so nasty that you called me for help at 3 o'clock in the morning to pick you up, and you brought beers with you. You're
Yeah,
like, "All right,
yeah.
drive." You just get in
Yeah.
the car. It's like, all right, let's go.
I specifically remember texting you. I was like, "I'm taking their beer." Like, it was premeditated.
Oh yeah, and then the other story was I was literally on my way to go pick him up, and I see this car next to me. The passenger side door opens, and this girl just like leans out and just barfs everywhere, just blah, over the street in a moving vehicle.
Yeah.
And the best part about it is the car doesn't even stop. Like the driver, you know, this is on a college campus.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
the driver doesn't even stop, like he realizes it's happening, puts his blinkers on, and just keeps driving. Door's still open.
Do you
and
think it
she's
was
still just like?
Do you think it was an Uber?
If it was an Uber, they probably would have stopped.
Maybe.
If I was an Uber and that happened to me, I'd stop because the liability of
Well,
it.
yeah.
You know, if she fell out and died, they'd be like, "Why didn't you stop?" You know what I mean? if
Yeah,
it's just
true.
another college friend who's probably also drunk,
Yeah.
they're probably
for
just
sure.
like, "All right, well, I'm gonna just put my blinkers on. I want to get home."
Yeah.
And she's just got the leaning out the side door.
Uber drivers and Lyft drivers, they're doing the Lord's work.
Dude,
That's
they
the
are.
Lord's work, you know.
Lyft drivers specifically. Fuck Uber. Why is Uber so expensive? Like,
It used to be about the same,
The
but I think
name.
it's slowly.
yeah, exactly.
It's the name.
Well, and then it's like, well, they also have like standards for their vehicles. It has to be like a certain year.
I think
you
Lyft
know.
does too, doesn't it?
Yeah.
No.
Does Lyft?
Really?
Well, they probably do, but I know that you can be driving like a '99 Corolla and pull up and pick somebody up. So they're stand. I'm sure they have
I don't give a
standards.
shit. I'm most likely not going far anyway.
Well, I'm sure they have
Yeah.
standards, but they're not as strict. That's why they're cheaper.
Well,
Honestly.
I don't need to be picked up by a Lexus. I don't care.
Some people do.
Yeah.
Some people do.
Well-
Sometimes I do.
Yeah. Well,
Sometimes
you know
I'm
they
feeling
have-
bougie, man.
I saw online
The
like
scroll is not going to do. You're done.
I'm gonna waste that at the
Give me-
bar. I will
give me
only
a Lexus.
take a
No
ride
excuse.
by a
no excuse.
brand new Lincoln.
No, I know. I saw a few years ago. I'm sure they still do it, but I know that like out in Dubai, they do like Uber helicopters. Like
I'm not surprised.
that's that oil money, bro.
Be
like-
drunk. I want you to take me to the top of Burj Khalifa.
Yeah. They don't drink.
Yeah.
And,
Those Mission
Oh.
Impossible
Well,
gloves, I'm
you know-
going to need a set of those too.
I remember when I was in Dubai, it was during Ramadan, so you couldn't find alcohol anywhere. Apparently,
you can't find alcohol anywhere in Dubai. Period.
No, you
unless
can't.
it's moonshine.
No, you can. My buddies found
Okay.
there was
I mean,
there was a full bar. They had whiskey.
were they
had-
on like on American base or something?
They were in the city in Dubai, actually right by the Mall.
I
of
thought that
Emirates.
was like the Vegas of the Middle East.
It is, and so the Mall
But
of
they don't have
Emirates.
Well,
alcohol?
it is. Well, okay. Supposedly they're not supposed to have it. Everything that I've heard, they don't have.
It is
any
the Middle
alcohol
East, so
there.
it's harder to find. In specific areas of the Middle East, it's harder to find it. But in
I mean, I get
Dubai,
that, but
like so I was on deployment and I wasn't able to find any because during Ramadan all the bars shut down and everything. But apparently there's a building right next to the Mall of Emirates, which is the biggest mall in the world. They have there as well. I was lost trying to find my way out of this mall, and I was looking for booze the whole time because I'm in the military and
Yeah.
on deployment's
Or
my one
degenerate,
chance. Yeah. And I didn't find any. But then when we got back, my buddies were like, "Yeah, we found this place that was like kind of a hole in the wall at the rooftop of this building that was like the
It's-
go-to where they were actually still serving alcohol, even though
That's
they weren't
definitely
supposed to."
like a Arab speakeasy, bro. Because like that.
Well,
shit,
most people
that
there
shit is
aren't Arab.
illegal.
It's a Middle Eastern country, but most people there are rich motherfuckers from another country.
Well, they're
Like
tourists.
there were people. Yeah, I mean there was people from all over. Australia,
Yeah.
England.
When did you go? You said
This is 2011.
2011.
Yeah, but they found it, but it wasn't easy to find. Mostly
You
because
said that you were in the military.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. I don't know. I would like to go to Dubai, but I'm not sure. I don't know. If I went anywhere in the Middle East, I'd probably go to Israel.
Israel's cool. I mean,
Yeah, I know
it
you've
doesn't-
been there.
It's cool
Cult-
for different reasons.
Cultured man.
I'd rather go, I don't know, like a million other places
To the
than
Middle East.
anywhere in
In
the
the
Middle
Middle
East.
East.
I mean,
Dude, I would love to go to Egypt, see the pyramids. Sick.
Yeah, I've never
Fucking-
been to Egypt. That'd be
shout out,
pretty cool.
Hey, shout out to aliens.
No, man, it's the lizard people.
what are you
run the
talking about,
government.
dude? Egyptians built those.
Yeah, I mean, no, they definitely
no,
did.
the Jews. Was it the Jews? The
That's
slaves that they had.
not factual. They did have slaves, but
I don't know.
I'm not sure either. I'd be talking out of
not
my
sure.
ass. But
Whatever
from-
slaves they had, I'm sure
I
to
know-
build the.
I kn-
it's
I
not
know-
like the Pharaoh built the pyramids.
I'm not
himself.
worried about the people who built them. I'm worried about how the fuck they did it.
Yeah, no, I don't.
slaves, bro,
fucking know.
100%.
No, he
No,
means like
dude.
literally,
No, like literally
physically.
how
no,
they
I
did it.
know. You get
Virtually
enough people,
impossible.
you do anything, bro. Like
I was.
we
I
built
was
skyscrapers,
going
bro.
down the rabbit hole of this the other day. The technologies they had then, like
I don't know where they got the big ass rocks to make that shit. I'll tell you that.
You can
but
make. I mean, I feel
I'm
like I can be convinced of how they made the
yeah,
building
man,
materials to make them and make the blocks. Like that all
No,
makes sense to
mine
me.
made-
But to move them,
that's what me too. Yeah. So it's not if you have
these
a
are
whole
like
bunch of rocks, that's one thing.
These are
But these are
multi-metric
the
ton
sheer size of solid
pieces.
rock.
and
that
they
there's
have
no-
no technology.
Yeah, I was watching this.
They
thing,
have
you
like
s-
Yeah,
cranes.
but you
and
realize that-
they have
what do
ropes.
you mean
we
they
had
have no
scientists
technology?
write down
I
every
feel like
possible way that they could have found it to do it with pulleys, and they would have had to do like this many people at this angle, or this many people if they stretched the ramp, like if they used a ramp. Okay, if they stretched it out, 3/4 of a mile, then
They could push.
they could push. But then if you consider that, there's like the friction is more if it's
you
that
don't
much
think
at a
that
slant.
they could just roll them, like not roll them, but use. Okay, it's a whole thing. You could imagine if you had logs or something.
No, I know what you're saying. That's
You could put them on there and roll it.
Like I
move
said,
the pillar,
this was-
roll it.
These
move
were a
the
bunch
pillar,
of scientists
roll it.
that sat down and literally made a list of all possible known ways that they could have done it, and all of them were like, it's like they could. That's the most likely possible scenario, but they still don't see that being possible. Really, there's no real.
I think that people need to put more respect on the names of the ancient people. I think that we had way more technology than people want to admit. Maybe not technology may not be the word, but more or less practical know-how to do things. Like we didn't have electricity, but people still knew how to move freaking rocks, dude. Like
I mean, maybe they were
I feel like-
cylindrical or something, which helped it roll up a ramp or something, and then they chiseled it into a square.
I was gonna say I feel like the chiseling out of the blocks themselves is more impressive than
They
moving
might have just
them around.
made the
don't.
blocks one by one. Like, so when they got so high, they would just build the blocks there. Instead of trying to move them, they would just build them there. Like, everybody just carries a bunch of mud up, and then we're going to build the block here.
Yeah,
I think they built it
Who's-
with the mud.
I'd
that?
heard that it took them like
I don't know.
I heard
either.
It's above my head.
I heard with like this the Sphinx, however you say it.
That
Sphinx.
the Sphinx is people that know. A lot of people say the Sphinx and like the pyramids were like the same time period. The Sphinx was constructed way before the
bro.
pyramids were. Not even in the. I mean, we're talking like Jurassic, Mesozoic area type differences, like
Yeah.
hundreds of years.
I mean,
difference.
obviously not around when
not
dinosaurs
like
were there.
millions of fucking
No,
years, no,
but thousands of years.
Yeah, I would say thousands,
Um,
maybe hundreds. I don't know.
Well, did you know that? I know that you're. I know that you've watched Rogan or whatever. Have you? I forget what the guy's name is, but it's called, he wrote a book. It was called The Fingerprints of God. I forget what his name is, but anyway, he goes into the pyramids and he goes into the Sphinx, and he's talking about how the Sphinx itself has erosion on it that is linked to rain. So like years and years, like thousands of years of like rain. So according to him, that
Professor Eddie Bravo.
yeah, Professor Eddie Bravo. No, according to him, that means that at some point there was either hella rain or that was a rainforest. Whenever it was built,
That's how old
So
it is.
that's
Yep.
how old
It's
it
a-
is.
yep.
Yeah.
And again, guys,
Desert
we're
now.
talking Egypt here.
Yeah. Well,
Not a lot of rain there.
Yeah, no, like the
This
erosion.
is we're talking Pangea.
Yeah, the erosion is from water. The erosion's not from the wind. So-
Given Egypt is very close to the, I mean, not very close, but it's close enough to the coast where, you know,
I mean, it is.
Well, there was people
it's-
talking
it's
about
what
on the ocean, like on
Is
the
Egypt
on a
ca-
sea.
is
It's on the
Egypt
Mediterranean
connected
Sea.
to an, or is it more inland?
It's in
No,
Africa. It's the top
is
right
it-
of Africa.
it's the very top.
Okay,
Portion,
that's
yeah.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, you
So
know where
it's
it's
as
like
far it's
it's
extreme
south-
northern Africa.
yes, it's as north as you can get.
Don't,
pretty
don't
much.
they say that most deserts that are just like the Sahara Desert was at some point the bottom of water? Like that's like the water.
That's why
floor.
there's
I mean, I
so
bet
much.
easily.
There's so much. That's why there's
Supposedly,
so
yeah.
much sand there. Is because it was originally underwater. It just the water level has just changed.
and then they just dried up.
Yeah,
into-
it
and
wasn't
became a desert.
It wasn't.
At least that's what I heard.
I mean, the same thing could probably happen to Florida.
Yep.
You know.
So, I don't know.
Florida
if
would
you-
probably just go underwater. if
are
anything.
you
Well, at this point, yeah.
Yeah.
guys aware that as of now, we've had a female black president?
Oh yeah, yeah. You talking about
As of November 19th,
You talking about when Biden had to go and
get his asshole reconstructed.
She was
I mean, that's
acting.
pretty much what it
Literally,
was, yeah.
but not so literally. He had an exam on his
yeah.
colon.
So
She
she
was-
was first in command. I didn't think about that. She
Yeah,
is
me
the
neither.
first
She was-
African American president.
She
She's
was
acting
for
president.
a day,
Yeah.
for one day, but it was
Well,
legitimate.
but she's not the first president. She's the first in command. I don't
She
know.
became
Semantics,
acting.
I guess.
She became an acting president for the day.
Yeah.
Never happened.
Uh,
I think we have. If we have, it was also just an acting president.
Crazy though.
Yeah.
also, first woman president. What you sipping on, bro?
Water.
Water.
How's it taste?
It's ice water.
I
Tastes
figured
good.
you were drinking a Monster or something.
I drank one earlier.
Oh yeah.
Got more caffeine. Oh shit! I haven't even opened it. Okay, so next topic. I peed on a cat.
That was the same night you picked me up, wasn't it?
It was. It was
Yeah.
the same night. It was right. It was like an hour before I picked you up. And just for our all two viewers, it was not on purpose. I didn't intentionally pee on a cat.
Yeah.
Not
It
like
was-
the rock throwing at geese.
Oh right, yes. Not like our geese
I
genocide.
nailed that motherfucker.
My girlfriend's cat is like 3 months old or 4 months old, and she's always jumping up on everything. And she is fascinated with the bathroom, and every time I pee, there's just this water magically comes out of me. And
It's
she's
probably
like, "What
part
is that?"
Mancoon.
She doesn't know what the fuck it is, so she's
No,
curious.
she's not.
And I'm always like, "Hey, get out of here!" And I just gave up because you know how cats are.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Okay." And sometimes she'll like jump up and her paws will be on the edge, and I'm like, "That's disgusting." And I try to nudge her off, but then she very swiftly didn't just put her paws up on it, but she jumped all the way onto the rim and tried to like walk across the far edge, and she succeeded all the way and then jumped off, but went through my stream. Like I peed all over her. And I'm standing there like so many different things go through my head.
Are you fucking serious?
I'm not kidding at all. This entirely
I'm
happened.
mad as fuck. I just had a realization. When I got to your place, I was petting the fuck out of that cat, you motherfucker.
Yeah, you're gonna probably pet all over my piss. I literally like so many
Why didn't you
things.
tell me?
I told you probably after you pet the cat, but yeah, I just,
Dude, no. Remember when you went to bed and I was on the
Sniff
couch?
your fingers.
I fucking. Oh, good job,
I
bro.
swear that is water.
That's karma. That fucking cat slept on my motherfucking chest, bro. You piece of shit. Why didn't you say something? You saw me petting the cat.
I dabbed it down with paper towels. I was thinking that's what she fucking
Bro.
get. I was thinking she'll learn her lesson.
Sounds like you need a dog.
Yeah, I do. I just don't have time for a dog. So yeah, so many things go through my
You
head when that happens.
motherfucker, dude.
I told you about this after the fact.
Okay, it's fucking 3 a.m. What do you think? You think I'm in the right mind space for that?
Fair enough.
Like,
Me and AJ probably were.
First,
Yeah,
it
well-
was I was surprised. I was like, "Oh shit!" Then I was pissed because I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And then it was nothing but laughter because I was just thinking how ridiculous it is that I just peed on a cat. That's the mindset of what I was It was
Yeah.
surprise, then anger, and then I was just laughing at it. It was hilarious to me. I was like, I just peed on a fucking cat.
Well, I told you, I don't necessarily want to go into the nitty gritty details, but I told you about the time that I had with one of my ex girlfriends and that cat. I know that sounds super vague and really nasty, but I don't know. I don't want to go into it, but it wasn't anything like bad.
I have no idea what you're talking about. What cat?
Quick, long story short, got a handy outside. Didn't realize the cat was underneath me.
Ooh.
Happens. Yeah, it was disgusting, but also looking back on it, pretty funny.
Okay, I think I know what you're talking about. What cat was it?
You don't know the cat.
You know,
You don't know it.
okay.
You don't know it. You're done. Anyway. So, yeah. So you guys, I know we've already talked about it, but so you guys had a good Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that was Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Everybody's been busy.
You're stereotypical, yeah.
This is our pretty much first Thanksgiving back since.
Dude, I saw
My whole
y'all's
family
on. I
quarantined,
saw your
so-
Thanksgiving on Snapchat. A young posted it. Y'all had hella food, bro.
Bro, my plate was taller than it was.
Full, bro.
It was fat.
Dude, we did a freaking potluck at work. It was good, actually. It was surprising because like everybody actually brought food. I think there was like a handful of shitheads that didn't bring anything.
We didn't
Which
really.
is like-
and to make a good Thanksgiving, everybody just brings one dish, and that's honestly, if you can just make one good side dish, that's more than enough food.
I
for
think
Yeah.
our thing was my mom made lasagna because that's what my dad has
What?
for his.
everybody. Dude.
That's what my
Why?
dad has.
Are you Italian?
Will you let me speak?
No.
Because that's what my
I'm
dad
not
has for his
opposed to
birthday.
lasagna
Every birthday.
Yeah.
at Thanksgiving.
But the past year, my family skipped every holiday, including birthdays, because of COVID. We didn't see each
Yeah,
other
I
for like
know.
a whole year and probably longer. So it was celebrating my dad's birthday as well as Thanksgiving, and it was like the first time my whole family's been together since the beginning of all this. And then, I mean, that's pretty much it.
You
That
did
and
you
my-
have turkey?
No. Well, we used to have turkey every year, but then it kind of started with my brother saying his whole life he's been lying and that he hates turkey and he only eats it on Thanksgiving.
I
because
hate
it's
turkey
what
too,
we're
unless
supposed
it's
to do.
deep fried.
Yeah,
And then
but
the
it's
one year-
Thanksgiving though. Dude, my family makes a hella good turkey.
How do they do it though? Like a
You
normal turkey? or
motherfucker.
Yeah.
Just a normal, like
Normal,
in the
they just
oven?
good. Yeah. This shit's moist as hell too. My parents are really good at cooking.
See,
Anyways,
I go to
my
Thanks-
brother one year when he was like 38 was like, I realized I've been pretending my whole life. I'm 38 years old, married with a kid. I'm not going to keep pretending. So he shows up with a bucket of KFC. He's like, I want fried chicken. So I'm going to bring KFC to Thanksgiving. That's what he did. And it was hilarious. But ever
Good.
since
I
then,
mean,
we
honestly,
decided we're just going to make whatever we feel like
Oldest
eating.
brother or second?
Oldest.
Okay.
So from that point on, we're just going to
I mean,
eat whatever
honestly,
we want to eat on Thanksgiving.
I don't care what you say. I'm not a huge KFC fan. I don't care how you make your turkey. My parents make a really good turkey for turkey. KFC is going to beat that out every single time. Fried chicken is going to beat out turkey every single time. It
Every
doesn't
day-
matter.
Every day of the
You
week.
could,
Yeah.
you could deep fry.
It's like
people
Brock
deep
Lesnar
fry-
versus Conor McGregor.
Yeah,
I
like,
mean, sorry, Conor McGregor's good. He's not beating Brock Lesnar. It's just physics.
No, it's maybe recently. Have you seen Conor McGregor?
Now we're going into this.
Have you seen Conor McGregor lately?
Yeah, stacked.
That put Nahama,
Yes. No.
beefcake, bro. That boy is huge compared to what he was at. He doesn't even look like the same person,
Okay,
bro.
still,
Is it- I mean,
190
this is-
pounds versus having to cut weight to make 265
I
and
don't think
shred.
he's-
Well, I mean,
I
you
don't
might as
think-
well
well,
compare
yeah,
Conor McGregor
a
yeah.
silverback
at his biggest,
gorilla
weighing
to
191.
a
Brock
bear,
Lesnar has to
grizzly
cut
bear.
weight to make 265 and is still shredded. So
I think
Brock
he's-
Lesnar is a shredded 285. So 100 pounds more shredded. It's not a
Dude,
fight.
freaking
He doesn't even have to know how to fight.
McGregor's got to be over 200 at this
No,
point.
no.
Have you
Dude,
seen?
I have seen him, and I know exactly how much he weighs. You got to think, bro. Okay, so Conor McGregor, his first championship was at 145. Okay,
I know. I saw him. He looks
he
tiny.
no,
bro.
yeah, right.
Like
But
scrawny.
and now, currently, as of December 2021, he's 190, which is fucking huge, and he looks stacked, and he's worked his. I'm sure he's worked his ass off. He's obviously I don't know if he's natural. I would say probably
You
not.
think he's natty?
No,
He doesn't look natty at all. You
No.
don't just change that
no.
much.
But here's the thing. I mean, he's not shredded to the fucking teeth, but
he's
he
he's got to be on some secret PEDs, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying though? 'Cause, like,
Trent's older brother.
yeah,
Who's pissed off.
he's
but
on
yeah.
some sneaky PEDs.
He's
There's no
also
way.
a fucking 100 millionaire who can afford
Yeah.
the best dietitians, nutritionists, and
I mean, to get that,
workout experts. Like he's got the best team in his corner. Money can buy.
yeah.
I mean, he's every day he lives is regimented to become that.
Yeah.
You don't. I mean,
Well, speaking of Conor McGregor and just like fights in general, I know on the initial podcast we talked about
Food Wars.
the Paul brothers. Have you seen their new fights? Their upcoming fights?
Kinda.
Can you look them up real quick on your phone? The newest, I forget who exactly they're fighting, but I do know.
Tyson Fury's younger brother.
Yes, bro.
Yep.
And it's not Jake Paul. It's his. No, it is Jake Paul.
Is
Jake Paul-
Jake Paul's the younger brother. Logan Paul's the older brother.
Low key,
Jake Paul is actually the. I
Jake Paul's a
personally
better
think
fighter.
Jake Paul is the more skilled
more
boxer.
He's more serious about it too.
About
Fighting. Logan Paul's all about the money.
Yeah.
Jake Paul's all about that fight, like that fight and shit.
Here's the thing though. Here's funny. If in my opinion, if we're talking Jake Paul versus Logan Paul in like a cage fight, Logan Paul wins hands down, and I'll tell you why.
He's got reach on him.
It has nothing to do with height or weight.
Oh, in a cage fight.
In a cage fight, Logan Paul, the older brother,
Yeah.
was like a state champion.
Yeah. We've
wrestler-
established this.
wrestler.
He's a good wrestler.
Logan Paul is a more all-around fighter. Jake Paul is the better boxer, but that's
Yeah.
what
He's
everybody
a better
is
striker
seeing.
for sure.
Everybody is seeing the boxing, but nobody is seeing the skills that Logan Paul has because he hasn't had a chance to utilize them.
Yeah. Well, because he's focused on
In
money.
MMA,
it's because
Logan-
he's focused on money.
Right. Which I don't blame him at all. Logan Paul is going to do better in a cage fight than Jake Paul would.
What's Tyson Fury's brother's name?
I
I can't remember either, but that's the out of all the fights that either of the brothers have had.
This is the most legitimate
it's the
because
most
he
legitimate.
is a
It's the one that I'm.
is
It's
a-
the
he-
one that I'm most excited to see.
he is a straight up boxer. He's a
Yeah.
legitimate boxer, and
He's a professional, is he not?
yeah,
Yeah.
he's gonna
Everybody else that he's fought has been
he's gonna
UFC, like prior UFC.
Jake Paul does-
no real boxers.
win.
though.
Jake Paul doesn't win that fight.
if it's not scripted.
Right.
if
true.
it's a real fight, then he wins. But if it's not a real fight, then I don't know. I want to see it. I want to see either way.
Logan Paul then said he called out Tyson, and Tyson's like, I think Tyson says something along the lines of, "He can suck my ass" or something
I
like
thought
that.
that's who he was fighting was Tyson.
No. Tyson said not only is he not going to fight either one of the Paul brothers, but when Jake Paul loses to his younger brother is going to whoop the other Paul brother's ass.
I mean, I could see why Tyson's not the biggest Paul brother fan because I feel like a lot of the stuff that they do is
I
kind of.
don't know why he cares. He's still going to be making hundreds of $1 million every
Yeah.
fight he has. If I feel like at that point, like, who cares?
I feel like he probably thinks it disrespects the sport a little bit.
Yeah, boxing's
But boxing's dead. Bro.
yeah.
Boxing's been dead. You know what killed boxing?
The only thing
was
that's
okay, actually, just kidding. When Tyson Fury fought, it was Woodley, right? This last
the
fight.
Paul.
No. Oh no. Tyson Fury just fought. Damn, what is his name? Anyway, that was the last decent fight. But before then, that revitalized the sport. Was when Tyson Fury. He revitalized the entire sport. But the last thing that anybody watched for boxing that wasn't like a bullshit fight was Pacquiao versus Mayweather. And that was like, when was that? Freaking 2014?
10 years ago, something.
Yeah,
I mean, it was
almost
a
10
long
years
time
ago.
What do you think Conor McGregor's IQ is?
Pretty high. He's fucking rich as shit.
Yeah,
Well, he's rich as shit. 'cause
he's
he
a
can
smart guy.
fight.
He's smart.
I get
Conor
the
McGregor, he's
feeling-
smart. He's smart.
I get the feeling
He's-
he's dumb as a
No,
rock.
no.
Well, he. I mean,
Have you heard him talk to another human being?
just because he's Irish doesn't mean that he's.
No.
Not his accent. He's.
I think that he's probably got a pretty high IQ, but he has some dumbass moments like everybody else does.
Well, I mean,
He's got a mild god complex, but
He
I mean,
does. He's got a temperament.
justifiably
He gives off-
justifiably so. He's a world champion in multiple
I-
weight classes
I
and in
lost-
multiple
Yeah,
sports.
obviously he can fight, but he gives off like a college frat boy vibe,
100%.
and it just when he gets mad and yells at
don't think so?
someone. When he gets mad and yells,
I'd say it's a
somebody,
similar vibe, but he's from Ireland, so not necessarily frat boy, but yes, he gives off a douchebag.
I-
he
vibe.
gives it like a dumb college kid vibe.
I don't
This is
think
what
so.
that's.
I
It's to the point where
I
it,
think
like,
he's pretty
aggravates me.
intelligent.
I think if you just hear his quips, like
I was
when
gonna say that will prove enough that he's
when people try to
intelligent.
talk smack to Conor McGregor, they lose.
He's so
He's
he's
so
so
quick.
quick-witted. He's so quick-witted.
He's so quick.
can't-
He's so
yeah.
smart, and I mean, he just puts people down. I've seen hundreds. I'm sure you both have,
Yeah.
and everybody listening probably has too. Just of him just talking so much shit to people, and he's never that I've seen lost a shit talking bout.
never has.
Ever.
He's
I haven't seen
I-
these. I've seen the ones where he sounds like an idiot.
no,
Like, he sounds
I've
like
wa-
a bumbling idiot every
He's
time. I've heard
I'm not-
listen,
I'm not
he has
gonna-
never lost a
Never.
shit talking bout
I've
ever.
undefeated.
only heard him go like, "Get the fuck out of here, you." I can't mimic his voice,
Yeah.
but he just sounds like a bumbling idiot every time I hear him talk.
I don't know.
But I haven't
I'm
heard
not
the
gonna.
clever ones, I guess.
I'm not gonna ride either one of these guys' dicks, but I will say he kind of reminds me, at least with his shit talking, he reminds me of like Trump. Because you know how Trump would say those like little quick one-liners and just
Yeah.
fucking slam somebody.
Yeah.
He's the same way. Is the way I think about it, at least.
He,
Both
he doesn't. He
arrogant.
doesn't care.
And they got
he don't give a
and they
shit,
don't
bro.
give a shit. Fair enough. All right.
I think-
I see the
I think he's
similarities.
intelligent. I think, like I said before, I think he's had some dumbass moments. I like watching him. He's like a spectacle to watch. He's very entertaining. I'm not a huge Conor McGregor fan. I used to really like him until I found out he punched out that old Irish dude in that pub. Did you hear about this?
I think
saw
I
it.
might have.
No, yeah, it's on video. Essentially, so Conor McGregor has his own whiskey, Irish whiskey, that he sells, and he was at a bar or at a pub rather, and was buying the shots at the bar of his own whiskey and giving them to everybody. And then this old man, like denied him, like I don't want that shit whiskey. Essentially, is what he said, and then he fucking sucker punched this motherfucker, like. Did he knock him out? I mean, I don't think he knocked him out, but it's Conor McGregor. He fucking punched an old man
Yeah.
at a bar he sucker punched him too. It wasn't like the guy got aggressive with him. He just punched him out of nowhere. Like fuck you.
I mean, I'm not surprised. He definitely has anger issues, honestly.
Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
what was
Did you
the
see
thing with the
with
there
the
a
bus? Yeah, there was a
Yeah.
bus and he threw that chair through it. He got charged for that.
Yeah, he was arrested. Wasn't
Idiot.
That's
Like I said,
what-
I
that-
think he's
that was
smart, but he
before
has
gonna fight
dumbass
Khabib.
moments.
he? I think I've only seen the highlights where it's him with his dumb moments.
Well, you saw when him and Khabib fought. Khabib got fucking so pissed. Do you remember that when he jumped on the fucking cage and was like, jumped out and was like trying to fight Connor's entourage
Oh yeah.
after the fight?
Oh yeah.
That was awesome. It was like some WWE shit, but it was real. Like,
Suddenly, what is it? The Undertaker shows up out of
Yeah.
nowhere.
bro, if somebody had got hit by a chair, I'd fucking lost it. Like,
That would have been funny.
yeah. I'm still appalled that you fucking ate lasagna for freaking Thanksgiving, bro.
Well, like I said, it was also like a birthday celebration. It's my dad's favorite food.
Oh, it was your dad's birthday around then?
Yeah, well, I was saying because we had missed. I guess his was the most recent, but missed his birthday, so we decided we were going to celebrate his birthday and Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So it's like that's the food we eat for his birthday.
How's he doing?
Oh, he's doing much better. He, our viewers, I'm sure, don't know, but my
Yeah.
dad like messed up his knee.
Was it his ACL?
I don't know. It's whatever muscle connects the kneecap. to
It's
the-
either AC. It's something.
It's not like a side one. It's like the front. one or
Right.
something. Anyways,
Damn, that sucks.
yeah. And it sucks for him, but they've slowly made it. They had to like stretch and reconnect his muscle to his kneecap, and he wasn't able to bend it, but he's finally able to bend it far enough to drive again. So he's really excited about that. He's gonna buy.
Did
a
he get
car.
his? I was gonna say, did he get a new car?
Not yet, but
Is he gonna get automatic or?
no, fuck no. He's probably gonna get the exact same thing he had before.
You think so?
He wants to borrow mine.
He's gonna take it back.
No, he's gonna borrow it. He said he's gonna borrow
Well,
it.
you bought it from him, right?
Because I bought it from him,
Yeah.
but he's gonna buy probably either the exact same thing. He's looked at buying newer models, but
Dude,
he
tell him
doesn't
to
like.
get that new Corvette, bro.
I think he likes Mustang, and I
Yeah.
think he wants to stick with Mustang, but he doesn't like the new Mustangs, so he's probably gonna get like
The exact same
yeah,
one,
yeah,
or close to it.
or close to it,
Yeah.
yeah, because he doesn't like the newer.
Well, you know
lines.
they're. I mean, I may be pulling this out of my ass, but from what I've heard, you know that they're not making Mustangs anymore. They are. They're called like the Mach E now. So they're gonna be all electric. They're not making gasoline Mustangs anymore.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, I know. It's bullshit. Fucking bullshit. And Chevy's doing the same thing with the Camaro.
Dude,
They're
I need to
there's
take care
next
of my
year-
Mustang because it's
next-
gonna be worth a lot.
I told you this. You remember me telling you this?
Maybe you
That's
did.
why I didn't tell you about the Mach E, but I was like, you need to like.
I think you did. You might
Honestly, you should get another car and just let that one sit and like just drive it, for specific things. Not all the time. Don't rack up the miles on it because here in 10 years, they're not making any more Mustangs. Like,
yeah.
so that shit's you're sitting on gold low key. It's not gonna make you rich or anything, but
Well,
hell,
right,
you might
it's-
still be able to sell it. For
I'm not
six,
used to cars
you mi-
going up in value.
Yeah,
instead of
you may
down
be
going
able to
in value.
sell it for like the equivalent of like 60 or 70 grand, even 15 years from now. Whatever the equivalent of 16.
That's
or
crazy.
60 or
Though. I didn't
70
know
grand.
that they're.
Yeah,
That's
they're
what they're known
Camaro-
for. They're muscle cars.
I know Camaro. Chevy's doing the same thing. They're
Who's
getting rid of the
gonna buy an
Camaro.
electric Mustang?
I mean, I'm pretty sure they've been pushing all this environmental stuff on everybody. Like, they want everybody to switch to electric here in like within the next 5 to 10 years.
Well, I guess that's why they're changing the name because it's not gonna be
Yeah.
anything like a Mustang.
Well,
It'll
I
just be a
think- no.
Ford
They are
electric
calling
car.
it the Mustang, but it's called the Mustang Mach E. So
Well,
they
it's
may
the Ford
cha-
E car is what they should call it.
Yeah, they may change it, but they're not making. As far as I know, they're not making very many gasoline engine cars anymore. Like, at least that's what Alex was saying. But I know for sure that they're getting rid of the Mustang and the
Well,
Camaro.
I know Ford makes a lot of, or at least they used to, police vehicles because I know they had obviously the Ford Crown Victorian, but now the Ford Explorer has become. Sorry,
Yeah, it's making a lot of noise. Just try to.
I barely rub my finger up against this little thing, and it's so annoying. But yeah, the Ford Explorer's kind of replaced the Crown Vic and the Ford Taurus and the
Yeah.
Ford Explorer. So they're not going to be making police vehicles anymore because police aren't going to buy electric cars. At least not for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe eventually.
Well,
Some departments
that
might.
they're not making the Focus anymore either. They're not making the Ford Focus.
Hmm.
They're not making the Focus. They're not making the Taurus anymore.
Damn.
Yeah, they're not manufacturing them anymore. It's fucking a travesty, honestly.
Oh, whatever.
I don't know why.
Well, Dodge is
we
taking
still
over
we
a lot
still
of-
have, especially in this
'Cause-
country, like we still have so much oil
Yeah.
like that's untapped.
Well, I was just
Like,
thinking.
why are
because
we doing this?
Clearly, they make a lot of money from police departments because if you get a contract like that, you know how many vehicles you sell. So, I mean, I'm sure they would want to keep those contracts, especially since they're losing it to Dodge because Dodge Chargers and Dodge
Well,
Durangos
so-
are being sold as police vehicles now.
Here's the thing, is that I heard the other day. So Dodge was like the last bastion of hope for gasoline vehicles. They were putting V8s in everything, bro. They were putting V8s in vans and stuff. Like literally putting V8s in vans. Like, but I heard the other day that they're no longer making V8s. I know
What,
Ford
Dodge just stopped?
Dodge just stopped. I know. So the only available vehicle right now, like from the major companies that's selling V8s, is it's Chevy and it's the new Corvette.
Well, I know. You can edit out whatever. Durangos. That like 2022.
Okay, they're not making them anymore. They just said this was like literally this was 2 weeks ago when they announced that they're stopping making the V8.
Hmm.
So I mean, I've got the V8 F-150. You got the V8 Mustang. Like they're not even putting V8s in the F-150s anymore.
Hmm.
Like at all. They got that new electric. They got that new electric F-150. Have you seen that? The Lightning.
Oh yeah, I did.
It's actually pretty nice. I mean, it's cool.
Well,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Island
boy. All
We
right,
should just-
we're taking shifts. I gotta go take a piss. What were you saying? We need to what?
All police departments need to start making contracts with Mini Cooper. Just have Mini Cooper cop cars all around.
No, what we need is
No, smart cars.
no, what we need is Priuses because they're quiet.
Yeah, little ninja. Call it the. Who makes Prius? Is Prius the name of the?
It's Asian. Might be Toyota.
I think it is Toyota. I think it is. Yeah, it'd be like the Toyota Ninja is the police package Prius. Make it super quiet. So you can
Toyota
sneak up.
Ninja Gaiden 3.
Yeah.
Well, you can roll up on these no-knock warrants quiet as fuck,
Or-
blacked out.
Yeah.
And
Or
the-
like a smart car, so you can go into those small nicks and crannies of the neighborhood. So you like someone runs, you can just drive through like you're on a bicycle.
So, we just got done talking about Thanksgiving. So, obviously, the next holiday coming up is Christmas. And then we talked about Christmas movies. Favorite Christmas movies? Do you have any off the top of your head that come?
Die Hard.
Is it a Christmas movie though?
No, I don't think it is.
I don't think so.
I just wanted to stir the pot.
Elf.
I like Elf, but it's not a classic. It's not old enough.
So
to be a
for
classic.
me, Elf, Home Alone,
Yeah, Home Alone's good. It's a classic.
The Santa Claus,
Classic, but I don't.
National Lampoons.
Yeah, Christmas
Christmas
Vacation
Vacation.
was good.
Oh, y'all talking about Christmas movies?
Talking
Yeah.
Christmas movies, yeah.
I'd say Home Alone and Christmas Story.
A Christmas Story.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Christmas Carol too. I like the one with Patrick Stewart. I know that's not everyone's favorite, but it's my favorite.
A Christmas Story, I feel like is like the most classic, old school. I mean, nobody can really argue
Yeah.
how good it is.
I don't think
You know,
there's
you'll
any-
shoot your eye out as a pretty.
I don't think there's any specific reasons that I like it other than the fact that we all were raised on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
We grew up on that
And when you say we all, we're referring to people who are
in this room. I
at
guess.
least 20 years old.
Yeah, that too.
You know.
It's just, yeah, I don't know. It seems like
Hey,
tradition
can you hook me
makes
up
me
my
feel like
water
it's
right there?
Christmas time.
My shaker bottle cup. Thank you, sir.
All right. So you guys are talking about the Christmas movies.
Mhm.
I've actually got a thing. The reason why I brought that up is because Barstool. I follow Barstool like fucking on everything. I'm a shill, whatever. But yeah, I was looking at Barstool, and they had a list that they posted on their Instagram. So I want to see what you guys think, if you agree or disagree with this list of the best Christmas movies. I somewhat agree. Number one is It's a Wonderful Life. Have y'all seen that movie?
Nope.
You never seen that?
Hold on, let me look it up.
It's a Wonderful Life. It's all in black and white. It's where this guy
I'm out.
he like
I'm out.
he's like, okay, so
Okay,
what
I've
it is, it's actually pretty dark, but it's a good movie. It's like the guy is about to commit suicide, and then he has his guardian angel that comes down and like he relives his life or shows what the world would be like without him because he thinks his life is meaningless. And at the very end of the movie, he figures out like it's a feel good movie.
I was thinking of White Christmas. No, I don't think I've seen It's a Wonderful
You never seen that? You never heard the every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
No, I've heard that.
I mean, I've
Yeah,
heard
that's
of
from that movie.
I've heard of It's a Wonderful Life, but I don't think I've actually seen it.
It's a banger, bro.
And it's also a
It's
classic,
a-
obviously, but it's a classic for not by my generation, I guess.
Yeah, it's
For people who are uncultured.
it's the
anyways.
number one on here for a Christmas movie. It is a Christmas movie, but also like
I mean, I'll probably watch it this year.
it's good. I recommend it. It's really good. Actually.
I like watching old movies like that around the holidays specifically.
Yeah,
So I
well,
feel like if I watch this with my family, I'll probably enjoy it.
Oh yeah, you
Like
would
White
enjoy
Christmas. I never sit down and watch White Christmas by myself or with my girlfriend
Yeah.
or anything. But if it was like with my whole family on Christmas time, then I'll watch White
I
Christmas.
watch The Grinch like every year.
Fuck yeah.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Jim
Have
Carrey
to.
one or the classic?
No, the classic.
Dr. Seuss.
The classic.
Oh, the
are
cartoon one?
you a big fan of the Jim Carrey one or?
I like them both.
I mean, they're good. I
like
still
them
think the
both.
cartoon one's better than.
Agreed.
Jim Carrey does awesome. Don't get me wrong. He did awesome in that movie. It's just not as classic for me.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
what it isn't.
I liked.
That's classic.
It's not.
I always cheer for the villains. So the Grinch
Yeah.
is one of my favorites.
Grinch is awesome.
Love the Grinch.
I do the same.
He's the Darth Vader of Christmas.
Yeah.
I see you have Home Alone as a number 2. I think
Home
it's-
Alone's number 2.
Home Alone.
I watch that every year, dude.
I fucking love it.
That would
It's
probably
awesome.
yeah.
I watch Home Alone. I watch Home Alone 2. They've even got Home Alone 3 on this list, which
For
I'm
me,
like,
it's Home Alone, Elf, A Christmas Story.
Yeah, I think we all
The Santa
agree.
Claus.
I think we all agree on Home Alone though. So I think that would
Home-
be the winner.
Dude,
Home
I don't
Alone-
even see
Home
the Santa
Alone-
Claus on your top 10
It's
list. That's
not.
ridiculous.
well, this is Barstool's, not mine.
Barstool can suck my nuts if
Yeah.
they don't have
Oh,
the Santa Claus. on
hot
there.
take. I think Elf overrated as fuck. I love Will Ferrell.
I think it's
love
good.
Will Ferrell.
I,
It's
I,
overrated.
I actually like it better than Jim Carrey's The Grinch.
I do too.
Oh,
I do
100%.
too.
Yeah,
But
100%.
I enjoy it.
It's
just-
not as funny
it
as
can't
people
be-
say it is, bro.
One, that's true.
Yeah.
I agree. Two, I think it's too new to be a classic Christmas movie,
It's
and that's
not
just
that
me
new,
being.
It's not
though.
new, bro.
It's
It's like
not that new.
15 years
for
old.
a Christmas movie.
But here,
Christmas movies need to be
it's
old as
coming.
shit.
It's coming up on
Do
20
they?
years old, bro.
I remember when it came out, though.
No, I do too. But we're also 30.
old
Yeah.
at this point.
But the other thing is, Will Ferrell
I think Will
is in
Ferrell
some
is
great.
overrated.
Me too. That's what I was about to say. Will Ferrell is in some movies
No,
that are
I'm not
hilarious.
saying his movies are overrated.
Yes,
I'm
his
not
movies
saying
are his movies are fantastic.
Talladega
I
Nights,
don't like his
amazing.
acting.
Old school, amazing.
He's in the other guys.
The
There's
other
some
guys,
great
Step
movies.
hilarious.
Brothers.
Step
Yeah,
Brothers,
all great
hilarious.
movies. But I hate the actor.
But here's the
himself.
thing:
every single movie he's in's not
Hannah.
bad. Like it's every single one of them's good. You cannot say that about a lot of other actors,
No, no, no,
specifically
very true.
comedians,
That's true.
like
very true.
comedy actors.
It's a rare case because
Yeah.
he's in really good movies and he's really
yeah,
popular.
I don't
just-
know if he's in
he-
any
bugs
horrible
me, man.
movies. Every
None that
movie
I know
he's
of, at
in
least.
is at least a little bit funny.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and he's in a lot of bangers.
I just don't think.
I think he's
a good
properly-
actor,
I-
and I think his voice annoys me.
Get out, bro. You're
But
done.
he's in great movies. Like I said.
You're done.
You're done. I think he's properly rated. I know. I get where you're coming from. It's not everybody's cup of tea,
No,
but I think when he's really funny, he's fucking hilarious.
Whenever he's in a movie that's really funny, he's usually not the character that I think is funny. Like in the other guys,
You think Mark Wahlberg is
it's
funnier
funnier.
than Will
Oh,
Ferrell?
Absolutely.
Marky Mark.
Oh yeah. Oh for sure. I'm a peacock. You gotta let me fly.
Dude, he's like the same character in every single movie that he's in.
True, except for
Although
Lone Survivor.
Ted's good, bro.
Yeah, Ted is.
Lone Survivor slaps hard.
dude, I watched it last week.
No, you did.
I did. Yeah,
That's why I said
I
said
watched
he
Lone
is the same
Survivor
character in
like
everything
at
he
least
plays,
once a month.
except for Lone
Except for Lone
Survivor.
Survivor. Lone Survivor's awesome. Is it on Netflix right now?
No, it's
I own
I
it.
watched it on Hulu or Peacock. one
You
too.
would. own
Yeah,
it.
I bought it. I bought that. Dude, I was on.
AJ
I
owns
brought-
4 copies.
I brought your sister on a date to watch Lone Survivor in theaters.
In the
and
movie
we're
theater?
leaving. And
Oh, yeah.
She's like, oh man, I didn't know everybody but the main character was gonna die.
It's called.
And
Lone
yes, when
Survivor.
I looked at her, I was like, The name of the movie is Lone Survivor. And she just kind of pauses for a second. Shut up.
I remember
Just didn't cross her
I
mind.
took one of my previous girlfriends to go see Last Sniper and
The Last.
What is
you mean the
that?
American Sniper?
American Sniper.
The Last
Yeah.
Samurai is what you were
Basically.
Yeah,
And she was
that
like,
was a banger too.
"It's
Yeah.
a banger too."
Not as good at
Maybe
all.
not
but it
for
is good.
chicks.
Not a great date movie.
No, for sure.
Neither
No.
is Lone Survivor. no, not date movie.
No, unless you're
Do you know that
unless
they
you
said
swing
that
the other way.
Maybe.
then-
Yeah.
Or if you're an emo. If you're bringing an emo girl or a goth girl
Well,
on a date.
This
then
is from a
it's not
guy
I-
who can quote "Bring It On" though. So
Yeah,
Dude,
well,
I've
you
watched-
that
dude,
so
I've-
many times.
Have you
Dude.
seen it?
Oh yeah, I was his roommate for
Right.
like 2 years.
Dude.
Of course, I've seen it.
first
Dude,
of all, the original
I don't-
"Bring It On."
I don't know-
The
slaps
first
I don't know
time
if y'all
I
know
saw your
this.
apartment, when I came to visit your apartment,
It's
for
probably
the very
on.
first time, you were halfway through it.
I
was
don't.
First of all,
on
the
and
first time I remember the day you
Bring
moved
it on.
in, I was sleeping in my bed and you knocked the door and I forgot you were moving in.
You
I was
wanna-
like, "Who the
you wanna hear
fuck is
something-
knocking at my door right now?"
You want to hear something
Oh, it's
funny?
the dude who's gonna live here.
That's
You want to hear something funny? I've probably seen that movie at least 20 times.
Bring it on.
Yeah,
It's
bro.
good.
So my sister was a cheerleader. She used to love it, bro. I used to watch it with her. It is good.
It's
What's
funny.
is it Reese Witherspoon? No, who is the main actress?
No,
in
it's
that?
the girl from Spider-Man.
Dunham. No,
Kirsten Dunst.
Kirsten
Dunst,
Dunst.
that's what it
That's
is.
it.
Yep. And
That's how I am
And
with-
then the other
Dude,
girl,
way
Pitch
hotter.
Perfect
Way
is the chick
hotter.
flick that I like.
she's not
Pitch
the hot.
Perfect
She's
is-
not the hot one in the movie. The
No.
hot one is the dark-haired chick.
No, way hotter as a blonde though than she was as a redhead. in
Yes.
Spider-Man.
Well, that's everything.
Oh yeah.
That's not true.
No, you're
Well,
right.
I mean, okay, if you're a redhead,
Almost all.
I'm sorry, redheads.
not-
You're either a 10 or a 0.
Zero.
There's no in between.
$1,000,000%.
There's
yes.
no in between.
I never thought about it, but I think you're right.
I know I am.
I'm like,
It's the same
now that
thing.
I'm
It's
thinking
like
about it.
all redheads are either 10s or 0s. And then also, with blondes versus brunettes, a low, I don't know how to word this without sounding like an asshole. A hot blonde is hotter than a brunette, but the hottest chick on earth is gotta be a brunette, if that makes any sense. And okay, sorry. Let me reword it. An average blonde is hotter than an average brunette, but a hot brunette is way hotter than a hot blonde. Y'all disagree?
Blondes are generally my type anyway, so I.
No,
disagree.
me too. But I'm okay.
But I.
Yeah,
so
but if a
it's-
chick, okay, think about an average
My fiance
blonde.
and my mother are both natural.
if
blondes.
I picture the
That's
hottest,
just
if I picture the hottest girl in the world, like if there was like I don't know a championship or whatever, and everybody voted, and that's just who I would picture. I picture. her
she's
blonde.
from Kentucky though.
Okay.
The hottest girl in the world's from Kentucky.
Okay.
Just saying.
Stop saying Kentucky.
What does that matter? It's Kentucky.
Yeah.
We have like 1 million people.
Anyway,
It
So-
depends on your. It depends on your type.
yeah.
Really.
So what do y'all
When you're
think?
saying red- It
Okay.
really does.
How was okay? So back to this top 10 Christmas movies of all time. How is Bad Santa on this and not The Santa Claus?
Well, Bad Santa is a fucking banger of a movie. I
Agreed.
forgot all about that. It's not a Christmas classic,
What?
but it is hilarious.
Elijah, why don't you just go ahead and give a quick read of the top 10 just real quick?
Okay, yeah. So it's gonna be up on the screen. Okay, so for Barstool, I'm not sure who made this ranking at Barstool. Top 10 Christmas movies of all time. Number 1, It's a Wonderful Life. Debatable. Number 2, Home Alone.
Obviously top 10.
Home Alone's number 1, dude.
It's
They fucking got shafted on this list. Home Alone is number 1. Number 3 is Fred Claus.
Possibly top 10.
I don't think I've
Maybe.
seen Fred Claus. I don't think I've
Better
Fred
than
Claus. Dude, number 4, Christmas Vacation. It should either be number 1 or number 2. It's probably
It's
number
top-
1.
Yeah, well, it's top 5. There's no
Yeah,
hate.
It's,
I mean, it's
top,
top 5.
3. Who's beating that?
Well, Home Alone is better than Christmas Vacation. I think.
I think Home Alone
Christmas
is number one.
Story.
Home
and
Alone is
Christmas
Home
number
Alone
one.
Carol.
has to be number 1.
For me. That's just for us.
I think Home Alone, Christmas Story, Christmas Carol are top 3.
I do not like the Christmas Story.
I
Okay, let me go through this list and then we'll
Yeah,
continue
okay.
talk. So 3 is Fred Claus, 4 is Christmas Vacation, Shafted, 5 is Elf, number 6 Home Alone 3,
What?
trash. Number 7 A Christmas Story, 8 Miracle on 34th Street.
never seen it.
I mean,
I've seen it. It's so boring. I remember as a kid watching it. Fucking terrible. It's one of those movies that's on every year. It's okay. Whatever. Number 9, Home Alone 2. Number 10, Bad Santa.
So number 1 and number 8, I've never even seen. So you can take them off.
Number 1 is
Immediately.
good. Here's my top 5 off the cuff. Number 1, Home Alone. Number 2, Christmas Vacation. Number 3, The Grinch.
Santa Claus, bro.
Number 4, Home Alone 2.
I don't even remember the other Home Alones. I'm not gonna lie. I've seen 2. Wait, are they new?
Home Alone 2 is the same as Macaulay Culkin. He's in New York, and it's got that weird bird lady.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I do.
Pigeon
Home Alone
lady.
3
All
is a
right.
different kid.
All right, so my
Yeah,
top
trash.
5. I'll give you Christmas Story. I think it's not a good movie. I think it's only on my list because it's such a classic. And I've seen
Yes,
it so
the
much.
nostalgia alone
I'll
makes
take that
a
off.
Christmas
I'll
I just
Story.
don't like it.
I think it's kind of its own thing because
It's
it's not a
boring,
good-
bro.
Yeah, it is. It's
It's
just
boring.
a tradition, I guess. So I'll take that off the list.
It's
I'll
also
say,
old.
but I'll say Christmas
Which-
Carol, bro.
it's old.
Christmas.
I'll take A
Carol?
Wonderful Life over that.
I'd say
Never
Christmas Carol is
seen
probably
a-
my number 1, and Home Alone is probably.
What's your number 1?
They're not even the same category though.
What is?
Christmas Carol?
I've never even seen it.
You've seen it.
I haven't seen
A
it.
Scrooge.
Christmas Carol.
I've never.
Oh.
Yeah, I know the Scrooges. I've never seen.
You've never
any-
seen any of.
I've
the
never seen a
versions.
movie with the Scrooge in it.
No, me either.
What?
Me either. Swear.
I know who the, but you know the. Scrooge
I know the whole
is.
entire story. I've
Yeah,
never
I get
seen.
called the Scrooge.
I've
all the
seen
time.
Scrooge.
How is
I've
that
seen
possible?
Christmas Carol Scrooge McDuck though. That shit slapped.
McDuck.
Scrooge McDuck. You know who that is,
Bro, I played the Scrooge in a school
Oh
play.
my
like,
God.
dude. I played Tiny Tim, bro, when in school play
What?
in middle
Dude, I
school.
played the
neither one of
Scrooge-
you seen any of the movies.
No,
There's
I
so
played
many
the
different
Scrooge because they're like,
versions
we
of
need an
the same
asshole
movie.
who's angry all the time. I was like,
Well, it's my number 1. I say Christmas Carol is my number 1.
Were you in chorus?
Home Alone
hmm?
Were you in chorus?
That was in drama,
1 and 2.
Same thing. Middle school,
high school.
high school. I was in chorus in middle school.
I also did my monologue was
was
from
in
A Few
Anime
Good
Club.
Men. AJ,
No.
my monologue to apply for drama was from A Few Good Men. That you want the truth, you can't handle the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
Yeah. You want me on the wall, you need me on the wall. Yeah.
So did I tell you in college I sat next to this girl who was in the Navy and I was in the Marines. Shut up, Elijah. And we had to
the Marine
pick
Corps.
the
Corpse.
Marine Corps. Yes, we had to pick a movie, and
The King spell.
we were learning about what were we even? I don't even remember what we were
That's why
learning.
they call the Marine Corps. They can't even spell. They don't
Oh, it was
pronounce.
a mock. It was a mock trial. There was a list of movies with court trials in it, and we both got A Few Good Men, and we had to like argue as if we were attorneys or whatever. It was a weird course in college. But we
It's a
both
dark
got the
time.
movies, and we both argued for our respective branches. And I was like, "You can't handle the truth." Yeah, okay, that's the end of my story. I thought it
Damn,
was
that's
funny.
crazy, bro.
You didn't even hear half of the fucking story. But yeah, Christmas Carol is my number 1. And fuck y'all, you need to watch that this year.
Christmas Carol.
Yes.
Unanimous decision though, but between the three of us, we can all agree.
We at least
Original Home Alone. is
Original
gonna-
Home Alone is
between
our-
the three of us. It's gonna be Home Alone's number 1.
Yeah.
Between the three of us.
Yeah, we all agree on that one at least
Yeah.
in the top like few.
No, yeah, Home Alone easily number 1.
Yeah.
Like, I know I just did my list. Between me, the number 1 is a toss up between Christmas Vacation and Home Alone, the original.
Christmas Vacation is good.
You're all gonna hate me.
I just keep forgetting about it.
Don't say you've never seen it.
I'm not gonna say I've never seen it.
You never finished it.
I've never watched it all the way through. I know exactly what it is, who plays in it, what's in it about, the characters. I've never sat down and watched it all the way through.
As far as okay, Home Alone's hands down the best Christmas movie ever. But the funniest Christmas movie ever, easily
Bad
Christmas
Santa.
Vacation. No,
It's the fun.
is not as classic.
Okay, but
either.
then
It's not
we
as
can go
classic.
a lot of categories.
I don't even consider it a
most
Christmas
quoted
movie, and-
Christmas movie. Elf.
Dude, Bad Santa. I don't even
Most
consider
quoted.
Bad
No,
Santa
I couldn't
a
even tell
Christmas
you
movie.
one quote. I couldn't tell you one quote from Elf.
Buddy
Could
the
you?
Elf. What's your favorite
Oh, yeah.
color?
No, I like bye buddy, hope you find your dad.
Yeah, actually, that's a really good one.
Yeah,
that's
that
a really
is a
good
good
one.
one.
That's like the only scene that I actually
That's
liked
the
from
only.
the
That's
movie.
the only quote that I know.
Yeah, that's the only one I liked that I can remember that I liked. Oh shit, I forgot what I was gonna say.
9 a.m.
Oh, yeah, so
Santa's
Bad-
coming. I know
All right,
him.
So here's the thing. I'm
I know him.
surprised Bad
Yeah,
Santa's
actually,
on
I
there.
take that back. I know quite a few quotes. I just
Most-
don't remember
it's just-
them,
I'm
bro.
not saying it's the funniest, but people quote it the most.
Yeah.
That's true. I will agree with that. Now, here's the thing about Bad Santa, though. I'm surprised it's on that list because while I think it is a great, hilarious movie,
Well, it's number 10.
and
so.
it's right, and it's a movie where it's set during Christmas time, I don't think it's a Christmas movie. I don't think it's a
Dude,
Christmas
we're
movie.
forgetting about the best Christmas movie ever.
The Santa Claus.
Freaking Die Hard, bro.
Oh yeah, no, we talked about that when you were in the bathroom.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, we did.
Yes.
The first thing, yeah. Yes, it's not a Christmas movie. It's about as much of a Christmas movie as Bad Santa.
It's on Christmas.
I forget that it's set during Christmas.
They're at a Christmas party,
They're at a Christmas party.
Yeah, I don't even remember that.
and
most
then
of
the
time.
dude's
until I
named
watch it, I'm
Christmas?
like, oh yeah.
No.
Oh,
I for-
it is.
It's oh god, I can't remember.
So Bruce Willis's name is Christmas in The Expendables.
That's probably why.
I thought his last name. I thought the dude's last name was Christmas. I mean, I could be way off here.
I don't think so. I don't think that's his
What's
name
his
at all.
What's his name in Die Hard?
Oh,
What's Bruce Willis's name
That's
in
what
Die
I'm
Hard?
saying.
Oh, hold on, no, I know this.
Look it
It's
up.
something hella white.
John
That-
McClane.
That's exactly who it is.
Yep.
Yeah, no, his last
I
name's
only
not
know that
Christmas.
because
I knew
of,
that.
I only know that because of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Because he
Is
says
that like Reno
he-
911?
No, it
Kind-
is pretty
kind of.
funny though.
it is really funny, but he
It's not like-
says John McClane's name 1,000 times in that show. That's the only reason I remembered it. I remember it being pretty much John McCain with an L.
Yeah, R.I.P.
Is he dead now?
Yeah.
Like
He
2
would have
years
been
ago.
almost as old as Joe Biden.
Yeah,
Probably would have
I
been
think he
more
had like a
mentally
stroke
stable
or
though.
something, right? Possibly. I can't remember exactly what happened. Yeah, he died though. Unfortunate.
That sucks.
Yeah. So-
I'm really upset that the Santa Claus isn't on there.
Yeah. Did y'all see that El Chapo's wife got arrested the other day? You know who El Chapo is, right?
Why did she get arrested?
For being El Chapo's wife. No. I mean doing El Chapo's wife things. El Chapo's wife, she was sentenced to prison. She didn't get arrested the other day. She's been arrested for a while, but she just got sentenced to prison for drug trafficking and money laundering.
Yeah, she probably like assisted with something small, and then they were like, okay, that's assisting with this giant case. So they probably like,
Well, he's been in prison now for like what, 7 years?
oh,
or
maybe she
something?
took over the fucking company.
Well, that's definitely what happened. It might as well be a government at this point. They've got so much freaking power and money. Like they have military weapons.
She's first lady of.
Like they have Blackhawks and shit. Like, yeah. So yeah, she's going to prison. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they're gonna send her. Hopefully, it's an American prison. Well, it says Alexandria Sheriff's Office is where she was arrested. So, you need to stop moving that microphone.
Dude, you give me the same one every time. How is it just me? Like I'm just.
You're doing this. Like,
I was
anyway.
playing with it before, but like just now I wasn't really playing with it.
that's okay. I'm not trying to
Um,
make it a big deal. I'm just saying
I forgot what the fuck.
your mic is the only one I can hear.
Guantanamo Bay.
Anyway, so she got arrested. It says Alexandria Sheriff's Department. So I'm assuming it's in the United States. Did y'all hear about El Chapo escaping from prison? Like, not recently, but when he was previously arrested in Mexico and they put him in prison. Did y'all hear about that?
I don't. That shit was kinda
Homeboy
lame.
snuck out of the prison literally in a laundry basket, like out of a freaking movie. Since he's so rich, he paid off, or somebody paid off one of the prison guards.
They're just
Uh,
sneaking out, bro. He was let out, and they just turned a blind eye.
Yeah.
no. What happened? Okay,
You probably paid somebody.
dude. So yeah, they did. The cartel did, and he paid them, and they came over there literally with a laundry basket. He hopped in it. They threw a bunch of sheets, a bunch of sheets over top of him, and then they walked out, put it into a fucking truck. They drove like a quarter of a mile away, and there was a house there. They dropped him off at the house, and in the house, they had been the Mexican cartel had been working for like months, and they had dug a tunnel underneath the house, and it had a railway system on it that had a rail car on it, which was like a motorcycle with rail car wheels. They hopped in that bitch and they fucking gunned it the fuck out of there, and he got he got out. And then fast forward like 2 years later, they arrested him again, and then they expedited him to America because they were like, nobody in America is gonna,
Yeah.
let him out.
Yeah.
But it was some straight baller
You
shit,
can
dude.
two birds with one stone. You could keep him out of America and keep him locked up. Guantanamo Bay. Fuck it. I mean, we
mean,
can't shut down Guantanamo Bay.
how does
We've
that
tried.
even?
You
How
ever
does
had
that?
a
How does that
cock
even
meat sandwich?
work?
What?
How does? How does? How does Guantanamo Bay work? If we're
I think
not
it's
like
probably like a higher up in the Pentagon has to sign off on it or something. I don't know.
of all
That's where
places, how does it?
terrorists go, bro.
No, I know, but like sending them to Cuba of all places, a country
Yeah.
that we don't even
So,
talk to.
I learned this in the Homeland Security program. We literally just conquered part of Cuba. It wasn't an agreement.
Yeah.
We took it from them and paid them for it's literally we sign a check once a month for $4,000 and we give it to Cuba, and they refuse to check any of them except for once, which they claim was an accident, and we just don't talk about it. We literally just conquered part of the country. But fast forward, we tried to shut it down.
Is that what the Gulf of Pigs was? Or
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't remember, honestly. That's one part of college I just kind of skipped over. But another thing is we cannot shut it down. We've tried. Obama tried. Everyone's tried. But then we realized there's nothing to do with the prisoners because nobody's going to take. We can't just kill all the prisoners. We can't just release all these terrorists. But we've literally asked individual states. We've considered reopening Alcatraz, and they're like, no. And we've like, what about Wisconsin? Will you take? No. Kentucky? No. They're like, all right, Switzerland? No. Like we have to have permission wherever we send. You know what I mean? Whatever the government of the country or state is, we have to have their permission.
You good? Yeah. Okay.
So unless we just don't send anybody back and wait for them all to die of natural causes, we can't shut it down.
Yeah.
Unless another country or someone we trust is willing to take them or something. But we can't. That's why we can't. We wanted to give Guantanamo back to Cuba, but we're unable to now.
I don't believe that for a second.
Well, that's all. That's what I learned in college. That's all.
I don't believe that for a second, dude.
That's what the government's saying.
Somebody would take somebody would take them.
Who the fuck would take all these higher up terrorist leaders?
Dude, they've got fucking Rikers Island. That's like where the worst of the fucking worst go in New York. Why would they just not take them? I mean, there's a lot of them
or
in there.
Lompoc in fucking California, where Dom from Fast and Furious went. Like that's a pretty serious prison.
We could just give them to a country that we trust that just executes people.
You don't think
so?
They
We
could,
didn't kill.
You
them.
don't think that they
this
could
country.
make an Alcatraz 2.0?
No, we tried to reopen Alcatraz, but they wouldn't do it.
Taking a prisoner
San Francisco wouldn't do it. Another place would.
No, we've asked the states.
I feel like taking a prisoner of that caliber is a lot like a bank taking a check from like Bill Gates. Like, they're gonna. I feel like they'd give that prison money.
Yeah,
we need to find
housing somebody like that. Like they're gonna be given
certain countries. Find a country like Jordan or something like that, and just supervise it. Be like, okay, you take all these prisoners. What do you want to do with them? And like, oh, we'll execute them. It's like, okay, that's them making that decision, not us. And then they just shoot them all. And then our conscience is cleared.
I guarantee you give West Virginia or some other poor-ass state a shit ton of money to house these fucking criminals and terrorists, they'll fucking do it. Period. You're done.
Well, allegedly they won't.
Is there any other thing on your phone? I'm sure that
Yeah, you
there
got a
is.
long ass list of shit.
Yeah.
I don't even know what it is you're talking about.
Social experiments.
Best Christmas
Yeah,
movie
you
we
put that
already
on
did.
there. What were you talking about?
Real
So-
or fake Christmas trees?
I went on, like, a
Seth
s-
Rollins first Omicron case in California. Rittenhouse, school. Chinese tennis star government
I'll let 'em
abduction. Social experiments. Young Dolph. School shooter. Daily shit ranking and Virgil Abloh. And would you
Virgil
rather?
Abloh.
Oh, this is what we should talk about next. Would you rather speak to animals or be able to speak all languages? You said speak to animals earlier. I think I'd rather speak all languages.
We can come back.
Yeah, no, there's no way I'm picking speak to animals.
Yeah, I'm
Fuck those
speak all-
animals. The animals are stupid.
All languages for sure.
100%, bro. Get your money up.
That'd be awesome. It's not
Yeah.
even for my. Dude, I'd love to just visit another country and just have. I like culture though. That's probably.
I mean, I do too. We both know this, but
That's true.
at the same time, though, like
fuck, bro.
in a
That's the time we were drunk as fuck in the back of an Uber. He was drunk as fuck in the back of the Uber. I was moderately drunk in the passenger side. I'm talking to this guy from like Uganda.
this is the episode.
Or
This
from-
is the episode where everybody thinks I have a problem now because I've got 2 stories of me being drunk as shit.
And we're talking to this Uber driver who's like from Africa or something. And I thought he passed out because I looked back and he's like,
That was at
it
Mal.
looked
That
like-
was at
and then
R.I.P.
he like
Did
had
you
a
hear about that?
thick. You don't want me to tell this
They
story.
closed.
And then he had a thick accent.
Who closed? Aiden still currently works there.
Well, somebody told me that they
That's
closed.
false. I was there like a week ago.
Okay, never mind. Disregard.
And he just goes, dude, you're Japanese as fuck, bro. That's it. That's the end of the story. I was like super embarrassed because
Well,
it's
you-
the inaccuracy that's most
Okay,
offensive.
well,
I was
ever
just like,
look.
But y'all ever think about like talking to like a great white shark? Like, so what's your day? So
Bro,
They were
great
just like,
white
dude,
sharks.
bro,
he's
Great-
literally gonna be like,
no,
I've literally
no,
never
no.
slept a day in my life,
Great-
and all I
was
think
gonna
about is
say,
killing
is
people.
murder. Like, okay,
yeah,
great.
Also,
kill
by the
food,
way,
blood.
I know shit in the ocean that you humans don't even think could be real.
Bro,
Let me drop some knowledge.
yeah. Well, I'll be honest. If we're being
Think
realistic,
about marine.
fucking sharks don't think about anything besides murder.
You don't think they
It's
see
not
some
gonna
shit
sit
though?
there. Okay.
It's like trying to talk to a dog. The dog's just
Yeah.
thinking, I'm hungry. That's
What-
all it's
okay,
saying.
so what about dolphins or whales that they say are like the most
Dolphins
intelligent
and whales
species on
would
the
be
planet?
The only thing that you could talk to.
Yeah, but that's a
Don't
big.
even
That's a
be
big.
octopus.
You could talk to gorillas, monkeys, and octopus, and freaking dolphins and whales. That's it. There's nothing else you could talk
And even
to.
then, it probably
If you could
wouldn't be that
speak
deep.
every language, you speak to
Yeah, you're going
everybody.
fucking Japan and
You could
Sweden.
put 2 people from any parts of the world in a locked room, and eventually they would find a way to communicate with each other.
Yeah.
And but
Yeah,
you,
like
could-
the internet.
you
could
can't
spend
do
5
you
years
no
learning
with no
Russian.
technology whatsoever. You could lock them in a cell with nothing else, and they would find a way to communicate with each other. It's not that way with
Yeah, but it doesn't
mammals.
mean that. Okay,
Or
I don't want
animals,
to be
sorry.
locked in a
Yeah,
room with
that's not the
somebody. I'd
argument.
rather just walk up to somebody and talk to them.
Yeah, like I could spend
And be
5 years
natural
learning
conversation.
Russian, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, yeah. I can
But I would
communicate
love
with.
to.
What are you going to
anybody,
learn
but
from a human though that
a
the rest
lot
of
more.
the rest
A
of
lot more than
humanity
a
doesn't
fucking
already know
shark.
though? Here's my argument.
I'm
It's
not
like
here
more-
for the. I'm not here to learn shit. I'm here to make some money, bro.
I'm
If
here-
you
I'm
know
not here for
every
either of those.
language, if you know every fucking language, bro, you are like destined to be a
Work-
freaking
United Nations.
multi-millionaire United Nations mofo. You talk to freaking animals, you're Dr. Doolittle.
I'm thinking, and then you'd be traveling all over the world. I'm not even here for the money or the knowledge. I just want to fucking travel and talk to people, man. That'd be awesome. Just go to a bar in fucking, I don't know, Germany or Egypt. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Just a bar in Egypt. You know what I mean?
They probably got
And
bars.
just, yep. I don't know.
Somebody's got a bar.
Yeah,
They
somebody's
do.
got a
Haven't
bar.
you seen the Mummy?
You
They
get my
have
point,
bars.
though.
Yeah,
You get my
the
point.
mummy, dude. Used to
Mummy
slap,
slaps,
Best
bro.
Christmas movie.
Dude.
Yeah, the Mummy.
Yeah. Dude, you know what freaking Christmas movie sucks? The Little Drummer Boy. Y'all watch that fucking bullshit movie?
Dude,
I didn't
no.
see it.
Okay,
Clearly
whatever.
sucks. Well, that
Okay,
just
we'll
proves
talk
your
about
point.
something
That just
different.
proves
now
your
I'm not
point.
gonna
Fuck.
see it.
It's like a claymation. It's like a claymation movie. It's like the
Oh,
story
it's
of
like, the,
it's
like that fucking Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer movie that's got like
that
that.
movie's good though.
It
Or
is
was it like-
decent. It's decent.
It's good, bro.
It's decent.
What about
The
the train?
Chris
Christmas
Kringle,
Express
bro.
or whatever?
Fucking Polar,
Polar
Express
Express
with
Tom
Tom
Hanks?
Tom Hanks
Dude.
was in that movie.
Yes.
Dude, he's the main
He's
voice.
like yeah, he's like multiple characters.
Like I saw it once, like a decade ago. I don't remember it.
It's good.
Polar Express came out when I was like 11.
Yeah. No, it was good. I remember when it came out. Like well, they had like the little sleigh bells. Like if you can't hear the bell, then you don't believe in Santa or something. Like I don't understand. I'm gonna take a break in a second, but I don't understand how in the movie it's like at a certain point the kid's like ringing the bell in his ear, the sleigh bell in his ear. He's like, I can't hear it anymore. Like oh, because he doesn't believe in Santa. You're at the North Pole. You've met elves. How do you not believe in Santa?
Yeah.
Like, what? You just saw reindeer and you don't believe in Santa? Like, you just went on a magic train ride through the Arctic from where are you from? New York? How the fuck are you getting there that fast? You don't believe. Okay, I'll be back. Like, bullshit.
I want to go back to the talking to everybody with a different language or animals.
Okay.
I'm not going to argue that being able to speak every single language would probably be more financially lucrative.
It's not why I'd rather do it though. I think it'd be more fun.
I want to know shit that other people don't. I want to know shit that's out there that we don't know about.
You're probably not gonna learn that talking to because they're not
To
smart enough.
animals?
Yeah. What are they gonna tell you? What do you expect them to tell you?
If they can have a full-on conversation, like, bro, do you know? You want to know where Bigfoot is? I know where he's at. Let me show you. You know what I mean? Like,
No, probably the most knowledge you'll get from it is maybe a dog before an earthquake or hurricane or something. Even then, all they'd be saying is something's wrong, something's wrong, something's wrong, and you'd be like, "What the fuck's wrong?"
I think
And
they're
then, like an hour later, there'll be an
okay.
earthquake.
I get what you're saying. I think they're more intelligent than you're giving off. I think that's what we think. They're thinking. I'm not even talking dogs. Like obviously, I don't think dogs are.
I think like dolphins and octopus is octopi.
I'm talking
whatever.
random animal. I'm talking like random animals, like a giraffe or like a narwhal or like a fucking penguin or a walrus or just some random shit that they just I don't know.
Like
I'm just
it's
curious. I'm
both.
more curious.
I'm hungry. No, I'm really interested in like foreign cultures and stuff. So I think it would be awesome to be able to travel to Germany or Russia.
You're not gonna learn anything. I want to
Taiwan.
learn.
don't think that animals are smart enough to have a conversation.
That's what he said.
Even if they
that's-
were though, I'd rather
If they were smart enough to have a conversation, animals were 100%.
consider it.
But I mean, I don't know. I think it's just a matter of perspective. I think they're smarter than we give them credit for. Not all animals, obviously.
I don't think so.
I
I
just
think
wanna go
they're
around the
dumb as
planet.
shit.
Fucking.
I love
Okay.
animals.
Well, let's talk about the animals that have been around for I don't know millions of years. The fucking crocodile,
Alligator?
Or
there's
Like
alligator shark. I'm talking these apex predators.
Yeah.
Why the fuck
there's
has
like a
your
500-year-old
species been around for I don't know the beginning of time? Like because they kill things all day, every day.
Yeah, all they think is murder.
Here's my secret.
That's why, is because they don't think about anything else besides eating.
Well, what about there's like a 500-year-old shark that they found.
It's called a megalodon, bro.
It's
No,
not
not
a
the
megalodon.
megalodon. No, I know what you're talking about. But they don't do anything. They're like
Yeah, no, they live that
just-
long because they don't move.
they
So they
don't
don't need
move, they
energy.
just
So whenever they
float.
eat, that'll last them for however
Yeah.
long. They'll just float there for another decade. And like that's how they last so long. It's like a tortoise.
Well, I was off the mic, but what I was saying was I just don't know if animals are smart enough to have a decent enough conversation where I would give up being able to have a regular conversation with anybody on earth. Think about how much of a fucking businessman you would be. I'm not like a super big wheeler and dealer kind of guy, but if I was, that would be your best attribute ever to have.
Yeah.
You
I
could
mean,
literally talk to
translators make hella
anybody.
money.
I mean, I guess, man, they do.
You can
But-
speak every language though. That'd be pretty cool. Like a UN meeting where you literally have 50 languages going at the same time.
I know that we talked about this once before. Another hypothetical question: would you rather know when you're gonna die or how you're gonna die?
Oh right.
Do you have to know either?
Yes, it's the options.
I'd say, how?
How?
No chance.
I don't want to know when, man.
I don't
would
know when.
I
dude.
would hate to know when I was
Bro,
gonna die.
okay, so the reason why, and I know we talked about this before, I would. Okay, so what's your reason behind you would rather know how? You don't want to know when?
Yes. Because if I know when, I don't think I can enjoy life really. Because it's like
I'll put
if
it this way.
When I was a
Okay.
kid, if I was off on Sunday, it was hard for me to enjoy Sunday because I knew I hated school. I knew I had to wake up in the morning and go to school Monday. So it's like knowing that, you know what I mean? But like if I was young enough so I wasn't counting the days and I was halfway through the summer,
Gonna be, Elijah.
if I was halfway through the summer, I didn't pay attention to when school came back. I was just free forever as far as I was concerned. And that's how I am with life. But if I knew I was going to die in 10 years, I'm not going to start planning for the future. You know what am I going to save money?
No, absolutely
I
not.
wouldn't be able to
racking
live.
up debt like a motherfucker.
And I wouldn't be able to live and enjoy
Dude,
life, really. I'd rather not know either.
I wouldn't want.
Then-
Well,
That's
yeah,
me.
yeah. I agree.
But if you have
But
to
if I
know,
had to know, I'd rather know how.
if I knew how I died, like, what if you
and
what
you
if-
can't prevent it, correct? Like,
Right,
so they
obviously.
tell you,
No,
you know
you
how, and you cannot
if
prevent
you're
it.
gonna die.
So if they say,
Right.
hey, listen, you're gonna die in a car crash,
Yeah,
you
See,
can't.
that
You
would
can't just not ride in a car.
Right.
but you could. I mean, you would try. Everybody would try to not to be.
No,
All I'm
because
saying-
you
And then
could
you get arrested.
A car
and then
crash
the
could
cop
be
would get
you
in the
walking
car
in the middle of
crash
the
and then you
street.
die. Like something out of your control.
Yeah, it'd be some
Final
Final
Fantasy, Final
Final
Destination.
Destination. It'd be some Final
Yeah.
Destination shit that would happen.
Final Fantasy, yeah.
Like you'd be sitting in your living room and a car would fly through your fucking
Right.
window.
Something like that. I'd still rather know.
I
It
just
happens.
But the thing is,
yeah.
no, I wouldn't want
so
to know.
many times.
Roosters.
I
by the
wouldn't want to
mall?
know
What
how.
happened
Like,
there?
I wouldn't want to know how unless like it was like, yeah, you died suffocating under some bitch's pussy. Like, if you fucking found out, like, yeah, you died in a car crash, I wouldn't get into a fucking car. You know what I mean? But if
But a car
somebody
crash
told
doesn't mean
me,
you're
But
in
you
the
drive
car.
every day. So then
Car
nothing
crash
really
doesn't mean
changes.
car crash doesn't mean you.
If you drive
that
every
just
day-
means a car crash is what caused your death. Doesn't mean you were in a car.
Okay, even if it did mean
no,
you were
I
in a
know,
car.
I know that.
Even if it did mean you were in a car. You drive every day, so nothing changes. It could be tomorrow.
Are you
and
gonna
it could
stop
be
driving in
50
a
years
car
from
if they
now.
tell you that?
Possibly.
So
I'm not.
Nothing changes if
Not
you
me.
learn that really.
You gonna walk
ultimately.
everywhere? Think about it, dude. Dude, honestly, think about it.
Uber Eats.
If they do,
Uber Eats.
I mean,
Hey, I
Masala.
get Amazon. yeah, Masala. Fucking, I'll get Amazon to deliver everything.
Yeah, dude,
to
I'll
me.
get
I'll
bento
just chill at the
boxes all
house.
day.
Dude, I live on a.
I'd rather know how and then disregard it and let it happen.
I live on a farm. I'll fucking survive. I'll be okay. I'll chill at the house. Everybody
Die from a
come over.
tornado.
Everybody come over. and hang
My
out.
dream would be, you know what? You die in your sleep. Fuck yes. Thank you. I don't even care. Whatever.
Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't care when.
Like pneumonia
No,
when
I
you're
literally
90.
wouldn't
The thing, okay, so I want to know when, but asterisk, I only want to know when as long as it's longer than a year. Like, if it's within a year, like, if you could give me the one asterisk, like, hey, if it's within a year, don't tell me. Like, I don't want to know. I don't want to, like, I want to at least have a plan. Like, look, if they say I die in 2040 or something, I'd be like, okay, on this day, whatever. I'd be like, all right,
If you die
I'm out
next
here-
month, okay, I would like to know that.
yeah. Well, I don't know. I
I
wouldn't
got
want to
20
know.
days to party.
I wouldn't want to know if it was that soon. It would be fucking devastating as shit. But if it was 20 years from now, yeah, I'm cool with it, dude. And the thing is, it would be awesome because I'm about to be burning down cigs like a mofo. Because if I know I'm dying in 20 years, 30 years, I don't give a shit.
Still burn down 6.
Yeah, it's still still. Hey, Marlboro NXT sponsor
up.
us.
Send me a hoodie.
Yeah, send me a hoodie, please.
Or Zen, whatever.
Yeah, Zen.
This
Yeah,
dog's been like this for.
hey Zen, Zen,
a
I'm telling you
while.
right now, if you send me merch or if you sponsor this show, I will never smoke a cigarette again in my life.
We'll put out at least one cast a week. I guarantee it.
Yeah, for sure.
Vaping like a
I'll give you 3
motherfucker.
hours a week for sure.
But no, I'd be burning down cigs, bro. Dude, I'd be burning down cigs. I'd be drinking like a mofo. I'd be drinking and driving. I'd be fucking speeding
my
everywhere, bro.
They didn't say you weren't gonna kill anybody else.
I don't even want to talk about what I'd be doing if I knew.
Yeah, you're right. I wouldn't drink and drive.
You just
I
gotta
wouldn't
pause
drink
and
and
look at
drive.
me
Yeah,
like,
that
shit,
makes
yeah.
sense.
I'd probably kill AJ right now if I knew it was going to die next month, just to say.
Dude, so if you know when you're gonna die and it's like 20 years from now, are you like impervious to damage? Like
I don't-
if I was if that's the case,
No,
if
nothing.
I knew
Nothing changes.
if I knew
Everyday life goes on. If you kill somebody, you go to jail.
I guess.
Well, no, I know, but I mean the
Here-
damage. I mean,
I'll
like
put it here.
if I get shot in the face, am I gonna die or am I gonna be like in a coma?
No, you're
That's
going
what
to
I
be in
was
a
gonna say.
coma.
We'll
You're going
put
to
it-
be a
yeah.
vegetable.
I was
You'll
gonna
be a
say
coma
because if
until
that's
that date.
You're not impervious. Nothing.
Okay,
You're
okay.
You'll
So
go
I was
into a
gonna
coma
say
until that date. I
if you
guess
do
is what we'll
something
say.
so stupid like that, or like try to kill somebody, you're in
Yeah.
jail or you're a vegetable. Like you're not cheating.
well, I know the
death
laws
like that.
apply. I just didn't know if like you were like impervious to damage. Like
No,
if you get
no,
shot
no,
in the
no.
head, like you
We're
just
not
feel
throwing
normal.
matches
You'll be in a
out there.
coma. We'll say until you.
Yeah.
Your date-
I was gonna
date
say
of
because
death.
if I'm impervious to damage, bro, I'm turning to motherfucking super soldier. Call me fucking Captain America. Drop
Yeah.
me off in fucking North
Super
Korea,
Saiyan.
and I'll figure that shit out real quick. You know, like
Trump already did.
yeah. Well, I mean, I just drop me off in the Middle East, and I'll figure
kidding.
that shit out. Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
That would be fucking.
You're
Dude, if
super
that was
soldier,
me,
just
I
fucking-
would show up with a fucking samurai sword.
yeah.
Dude, drop me off into Afghanistan with a samurai sword, and I'll take out all of the Taliban. If that was the case,
That's what I'm saying. Fucking, I'm literally Captain America. Like, give me a freaking shield.
No, I'd rather know how. That's just me though. We can disagree.
I would still like to rather know when. Even if I'm not impervious to damage and I can't become Captain America, I'd still be burning down cigs. Like, come on.
I don't know. Yeah.
So you were saying something, not to cut you off, but you were saying something about
Social experiments.
social experiments.
Yes. So last week I went off a little bit of a kick, I'll call it, on
Deep dive.
a semi deep dive. Not like I wasn't researching and everything, but
Yeah.
just like I'm intrigued by social interactions and like people put in scenarios and just like seeing how they react, just like basic psychology and human interaction, like what people do when put in certain situations. Anyway, I watched a movie called The Experiment, and it was based off a legitimate human trial that happened, and it was essentially they got, I want to say, 20 dudes, and they were all told they were going to be paid $1,000 a day for this social experiment. What it was, they took them to this black site in the middle of the desert, and it was just a building. It was like a mock prison. A third of them were going to be fake prison guards, and the other 2/3 were inmates. It was supposed to last 14 days, 2 weeks. And it didn't make it 6 days. People were killed, and they had to cut the experiment short. And it really just kind of opened my eyes to how people react when put in certain situations, because all these people had never committed a crime.
Right.
They were all medically evaluated physically and mentally. They all
Yeah.
talked to medical physicians and psychiatrists to make sure they were both
Normal people.
physically healthy and mentally healthy. And murders still occurred during this experiment. I don't know
So,
the ins and outs of
I was
exactly
gonna say. So was
what
it
happened.
was it the guards, people that were being the guards, or was it the inmates that were going nuts?
Both. The guards got this god complex,
Yeah, I've
and
seen. I've seen
and the
that.
inmates these people who had never been locked up. You lock a person. It's just the same concept of
They've
you lock a person. You back a person into a corner. It's human nature.
Well,
It's just animal nature.
there have
to-
been multiple experiments where they do that, where they have people be like prison guards, and they treat people like they have authority above them, and they like essentially treat the inmates like shit.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
like the
And-
experiment with the kids in like elementary school, where for like 1 week, all the kids with blue eyes
Yeah.
are like first class, I guess, citizens,
Yeah.
and then the brown eyed and green eyed or whatever are under them,
Yep.
and then they flip it the following week for brown eyed people are like above the blue eyed people
Yep.
or whatever, and whoever is supposed to be, I guess, above the other one acts like starts treating the other side like shit.
Like
Yep.
other thans or whatever,
Yeah.
But
lesser than.
absolute great movie. But I watched 2 movies. So I watched that one. It's just called The Experiment, and then another movie called The Exam. And in The Exam, you can look it up. It was made in 2009. It wasn't like a big time blockbuster hit or anything like that. It's a psychological thriller, and it's 8 people locked in a room, 4 men, 4 women, all different walks of life. There's an Arab, there's a black guy, there's a white guy, there's a blonde, there's a brunette, there's a redhead. You get where I'm going with this. They're all different, and they're all applying for the same job at this higher tier business company. They're all extremely qualified, college educated, some military, some not, whatever. And they put them in this room. They all have their desk, and all they have in front of them is a blank sheet of paper and a pencil. And then the proctor walks in and basically says, "You guys have 80 minutes, and you have to find the question in this room, and one answer is required."
I saw something about that on TikTok. Yeah.
That's where I actually got it from TikTok.
Yeah.
And I watched it, and it was extremely smart.
Was it good?
It was.
Yeah.
It's a short movie. Literally the whole movie is the 80 minutes on the timer. Is
Yeah.
the 80 minutes of the movie.
Oh, okay.
And it just
Like no cuts or anything.
no cuts or anything, and it's extremely smart and a great watch for people who like that
I
kind
know that I
of
saw some
movies.
shit. They were like breaking the lights and doing all kind of shit.
Yes,
Yeah.
like, and they didn't tell each other their names. They were literally named
Well, then
black,
there was like
white,
yeah,
brown.
I saw something. It was like one of the guys, like his paper, they fucking burned it or some shit. Like yeah.
So
What's
it's
it called?
The Exam.
The Exam.
So it's new. It's 2009, so it's new enough. So it's not like watching a movie from the 1950s. It's it's a
Oh, I
short,
thought
easy
it was.
watch.
I thought it was new.
No, it's 2009.
2009.
Yeah. So
I thought
good.
I thought it was set in 2021.
Mm-mm.
There's have you all seen semi unrelevant, but The Escape Room? It's also kind of it's like 20.
I've been in an escape room.
I've been in an escape.
No, it's a
room.
movie. It's like 2010 or newer, I think. I didn't really get that famous, but I watched it with some friends and it was actually pretty good.
Oh, is it like a horror movie? People like die.
Yeah, kind of.
I've seen that. It came out like 2014, 15,
Something like
that.
You guys watch the Saw movies?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and they're for
That's that.
Man.
That's that peak tier escape room shit, bro.
real, and like a lot of dude, the Saw movies get a lot of shit because like, oh, they're just like grisly,
It's just
murder,
gore is all
torture.
it
Like
is, yeah.
if you're a savage and don't have a brain in your skull, like it's smart as fuck. Those movies.
I
are.
don't know. They were good when they came out. I think that their main appeal was like shock.
Oh no, that is
value.
the main appeal for sure. Is the
Like-
grisly, gory stuff. But
Yeah.
it's if you watch them all, it's all one story. It's all
Yeah, well, doesn't Jigsaw or whatever the
Jigs-
guy's real name, he dies, right?
yeah.
And then
He
and then-
dies
and then
very
they-
early on. There's
yeah,
8
and then they
movies, and he
make a
dies in like the
bunch-
3rd movie.
Yeah, but it's not the same guy though, right? It's somebody else.
He carries
like
his
his
will
daughter,
is
right?
carried on.
Is it
It's
his
not his
daughter?
daughter.
Oh, okay.
So essentially, he targets people who waste their life, and he gives them a second chance at life if they're willing to do something drastic.
Yeah.
And then they become thankful for being given the second chance, and then they continue his mission.
Yeah.
So it's super dark, but it
They
has
they
a
put Jigsaw in the last Call of Duty as like a skin. Yeah, I know. You can
it's
play
creepy
it.
as fuck
You
though.
can-
That little miniature clown riding on
Yeah,
a
dude.
tricycle. That's
Yeah.
creepy as
Yeah.
fuck. That's
Dude,
what
I
I'm gonna be for
remember-
Halloween next year.
You're like,
Dude.
holy shit, that's pretty scary.
I
Except
remember
I'm gonna be
watching-
like, I'm gonna maybe do some trend and be like a jacked jigsaw.
Yeah, that would be sick, bro. Jack Jigsaw.
Yeah. Kind of like a. Did you guys ever play Twisted Metal?
Oh
Yeah, of course.
I
fucking,
have
Sweet
Twisted
Tooth?
Metal Black.
Yeah.
He's like kind of like a yoked clown who like
Yeah,
murders.
yeah.
Dude, he was my hero, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, I have
Dude.
Twisted Metal Black. I want to get the
That's a good
PlayStation
one.
1
That's
one.
my favorite one.
That's a good one, bro.
I thought it was the one I played as a kid, but I think the one I played
other
as a kid
than
was.
the
They
other
had the
than the
PlayStation
original.
1.
I think
Yeah.
the original.
Twisted Metal Black
Okay.
was the best one.
I
Yeah.
want to get one of the ones that was for PlayStation 1. I'm trying to figure
That
out.
was
which
just
one.
Twisted Metal.
That was just Twisted Metal.
I think
yeah.
that's
Twisted
that's
Metal
I used to
Black
play
was
that with
PS
my cousins.
Twisted Metal Black was PS2.
that's one I got. I want to buy the
On
original.
a similar thing. Did y'all ever play the games Flat Out?
No.
Did you ever play those? It was like a destruction derby type thing. It was similar to Twisted Metal, but instead of having guns and shit, it was a destruction derby thing. It was like the first time I ever saw ragdoll physics, and it was on PS2. It was good as shit for what it was at the time. It was dope.
What do you mean ragdoll physics?
So like, your characters would like fly out of the car and stuff, and they would like ragdoll around. That was the first time I had ever seen anything like that. It was really like cutting edge when it came out.
First time I ever saw that was I don't know if you guys ever played. It was the first computer game I ever played. It was Motocross Madness.
I never
You guys
played
are-
it.
Okay.
Did you ever play MX vs ATV?
Yes.
Bro, that's the best. That is the best, like, off-roading game ever, hands down, no debate. The best ever. Did you ever play it? It's like a racing game, but then like they had like semi-open world, as much as open world could be in 2004 or 5 when it came out, and you like could ride quads, you could have monster trucks. They give you helicopters, motorcycles, obviously, like stuff like that. It was so sick. And it was like a racing game, but you could also do tricks on motorcycles and the quads and stuff. It was awesome. Also, the freaking soundtrack on that game was the shit, bro. It was good.
So we've talked about that's a game that's very maybe kind of similar in the same family as was the Crash Bandicoot Racing. There was a racing game, but
Oh my
also
God.
semi-open
PlayStation
world.
1?
So great game.
Yeah, awesome.
Okay,
My
so
childhood.
I bought the Nintendo Switch
Mhm.
Crash Racing. Sucks.
Trash. Yeah, of course it is.
Trash.
course
Very
it is.
let down, and I was super. Now, I have very high expectations of those type of games because I'm balls deep in some Mario Kart,
Well, the OG.
and I've never been let down ever. They don't want me, AJ.
Yeah.
They don't want me. I'd hate to put down both your
Oh,
whole
yeah.
your whole county.
Yeah. Okay.
I would. Anyway.
So the original the original we like to call it CTR. The original CTR, bro. It was essentially Sony's attempt to or Sony's reply or whatever you want to call it
To
Mario Kart.
which was great.
Yeah.
It really was. There
It
was
was
boss
Awesome, bro.
battles.
Yeah, and then
open
you had to beat those people in the race. to
Yeah,
unlock
similar
their
type
characters,
weapons
like-
during racing. It was great.
It was
This
awesome, bro.
was just a
You never played it? We got to get it and play it.
What
It's
is it again?
awesome.
so,
Crash Team Racing.
Crash Team Racing.
Yeah.
You know Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, I never really got into it, but I
Imagine
know of it.
his world, Mario Kart.
Okay.
Crash
So,
Bandicoot.
Like
Mario
instead of
Kart.
like red shells being shot, they have like bomb
rockets.
arrows.
It was missiles.
Okay.
Yeah, it was missiles. It was awesome.
It
shit.
was really cool. I enjoyed it a lot, but this was a
And then
super letdown.
You remember that because like in Crash Bandicoot they have like obviously it's all like boxes that you jump on and all
Yeah.
that, and then they have like the red box which is the
TNT.
TNT, and then they have the nitro which is the green. Like when on the Crash Team Racing, if you hit the red one, it covers your character. Like your character gets a box on top of them, and you have to jump a bunch, and then it'll come off. If you hit a green one, of course, it explodes immediately, just like in the regular game. It's a good ass game, dude. Me and my sister used to play that shit all the time, bro.
Dude, we should do next podcast. Y'all should come over to my place and we can play Metal Gear and all the
Twisted Metal.
classics. and
Yeah.
we can talk about some of the old games. I can pick some up before the next time we stream.
You know what'd be cool?
I mean, it's a good idea. I'm
'Cause I
fine.
have
We'll
a lot
bring,
of
I'll bring all
retro
the
games.
We're talking
recording
about
stuff.
some additions you'd like to add to like just some of the equipment we have right now for the podcast.
Yeah.
And what I think would be great is mics and stuff to where like
Headsets.
yeah.
Yeah, so
To
I'm
where
not-
we
I'm not
don't have to
constantly,
like
They,
hold
hold
it
they
so we can
have
game.
they have them where they like clip on and shit. We can talk about it a little bit after, but they have them where they clip on. We can talk about it.
I'd be down
Okay.
with that.
And then it can be hands free. They also have. I was telling you, I want to upgrade the mics a little bit at some point. They have the ones that hang over, and you don't have to do anything, and they just are in front of you. We can do that, but the only thing is that you need like a mic. It's like a mic stand, but you need to have like a table or something beside you, so it'll like mount to that, which we don't necessarily have because there's. You guys could both have one, but if I had one over here, I'd have to. I could put it on this. It would work. But yeah, we could do that. I've got a mic stand at home, but it would only be one. Did she just rip ass again?
Are my dogs talking?
Yeah, the dog's just going.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Shout outs to my two dogs. Charlotte, you waking up? Get a Rottweiler mix over there sleeping on the couch.
Yeah, she's out of frame, but old Capo's in frame. He's our co-host. He's always here with us,
Yeah.
sleeping on that
He's-
A-Raj.
We call him our old man asshole.
Yeah.
Also known as the Scrooge. He's basically the Scrooge in dog form.
Yeah.
He's mean, he's old, he hates everybody.
Yeah. He's over there sleeping right now, but I
Yeah,
swear
he's
if I go
right
over there
there.
and I grab a piece of pizza, he'll be over there in a second, bro.
Fiending.
Fiend.
Speaking of fiending.
Yeah. No, I just put one in, dude. Do you want to watch that Zen video I was telling you
Sure.
about? It's pretty funny. It's not anything
realized-
spectacular. It's literally a TikTok.
I just realized the weekend after next is Christmas weekend, so we might not be able to do it.
It might
Weekend after
be a
next?
couple weeks. Yeah,
Yeah, it
that's
might
okay.
be.
I would like to do
Well,
another
that would be a month.
fight companion.
Do what?
We can.
I like to do it for one of those.
Yeah.
If
only
it's a
thing
UFC,
is-
if it's a
it's
UFC, that's
fine.
great. But it could be one of those fucking Paul brother fights.
Oh
too.
yeah, I'm
So we
actually
can-
I'm actually more down for that, to be honest.
I think
But
more
the
people are
thing-
gonna watch that.
Yeah. Well, it's cool, man, but it'll just. I mean, this our podcast go pretty long, regardless. But that will be like 4 hours. I ain't edited that shit. I'm sorry.
that's a
but
lot.
I'll still post it raw as shit, which is fine.
Well, we can just talk after it,
All right, I think are we
or
done?
we could start the podcast during the main
when
event.
the main event, yeah, that makes
Because
yeah.
nobody, honestly,
Nobody
nobody,
gives a
gives
shit
a
about any of the
shit
other
if it's not
stuff.
the main event.
We're
yeah.
talking about stuff that's not going to go on the podcast. So are we winding down? Because we're talking about stuff like.
No, this is gonna be in the podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm about to watch a video. Anyway, so you're about to put a little Zendat in. There's a video on here that I had that I saw on TikTok.
That's
And-
what you were talking about earlier. I didn't know what you were talking about. The Zen stuff you're talking about.
Yeah, the dip. Sip. Anyway, there's a video. It's not like we won't think it's funny. It's this guy. It's like you'll see. It's pretty funny though.
What's up, Senator?
I think,
Sentry
at least.
guns and atomic missiles. You guys asked for it, so you're getting it. Few terms for Zin pouches, buddy. Yo, buddy, can I get one of those cinnamon Zinnichinos? Yo, buddy, I need to catch a buzz quick. I need my toes to vibrate. Can I please get one of those Zinnias and Ferbs? Yo, buddy, you think I could get like one post-it note? Dude, I need a buzz. Holy shit, boys, I'm fucking hammered. I'm fiending for a fucking Schmeal bar or a Sidney Crosby. Sometimes you just gotta keep it simple. Marcus, can I get a Zin pooch? Yo, how many more spearmint Zinnerinos you got left, buddy? You only got one Zinergy left, dude? Did you eat them all at once?
Zinergy.
Upper Decky Zin Rouches?
Upper
Oh, you want a
Decky.
cinnamon Zin poocher? No, buddy, I want a Zinnabon. Yo, buddy, toss me an Altoid. Marcus, did you put your Steve in the Zin box? Don't tell Jeremy. Can I get one of those City Punch Zinnerinos? I've never tried that flav. Buddy, can I get one of those Ted Zundies?
Ted Zundies. So this guy's name is Freezer Tarps. He's on TikTok. He's fucking hilarious. I think he's a Wisconsinite. He's fucking hilarious. He's a good guy. Not on that video, but another term that I'd heard him say before for Zen is it might have been on there. Zenny Chesney, bro. Fucking Kenny Chesney. Anyway, that guy's so fucking funny, bro.
That's awesome.
Let me get a white Zinfandel, bro.
Cinnabon.
Yes. Hey, the
Upper decky.
upper decky, bro. Dude, the underappreciated ones like toss me an Altoid, bro. Do you remember the fucking Altoid sours, bro?
Oh yeah.
Dude, the tangerine.
That
Did you
shit
ever
was-
have those?
that was
Oh yeah,
good.
that shit
Gas.
hard.
Gas,
Hard.
bro.
Diesel.
They don't make them anymore. Like they
Slap
stopped.
too hard.
I guess so. They stopped making them like literally probably 15 years ago. But I still remember.
Yeah, it
them.
was the
That's
thing
how
when
good
we
they
were. It was the thing when we were in high school and middle school.
Yeah.
I don't even think it was when you were in high school, bro. Probably when you were in middle school.
we were
It's been a
little- we-
long
Yeah, no, I
time.
remember my mom would have them
Yeah.
in church. And I
My
remember that
mom
was,
had
like,
them too.
my
That's where I
church-
got
that
them. Was
like
from my
church
mom.
candy.
From my mom.
Oh, I got them from school.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I know my mom used to have them shits on deck, and they slap, bro. They were awesome. They'll fucking fuck up your tongue though. Like your tongue will be raw if you eat a bunch of them motherfuckers. Your tongue will be raw, dude.
It's like eating those what are those sour ass fucking
Oh, Warheads.
Yes.
warheads.
Yeah.
I
Those
already
slap,
know.
too.
They still
Not
make
as
those.
good,
I
though.
thought they stopped making those, but they still got
Oh
them.
no, dude,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
going hard, bro.
I stopped. I hadn't seen those for like 15 years until the other day. I got some. Actually, where was I in your county when I was I visiting you? I
Warheads?
think.
With warheads?
Well, yeah, I think I was
I don't think so.
somewhere random and I saw Warheads in the store and I was like, "What?" It might have been like Five Below or a store I don't go very often.
Yeah. You know, now that you say it, I know that they still make them, but I haven't seen them in a long time.
Yeah,
It's
I
been a
saw
while.
'em. They just popped up randomly in a store I don't usually go to, and
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh shit, they got Warheads!"
Bro, your beard is thick, bro. I can't even see through it.
Yeah, I know it's been a while. It needs to be trimmed up, but yeah, it is what it
It's
is.
thick.
I know that. Okay, so it's not quite Christmas, but you said Christmas is going to be here in a few weeks. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about Christmas trees? Are you guys pro real Christmas tree or no pro Christmas tree?
Well, I was raised on fake Christmas trees.
I was too.
but
So was
most
I.
of my friends were raised on real Christmas trees.
Really?
So I'm kind of indifferent.
That's surprising.
I don't know very many people that have the real.
I don't
ones.
know anybody who has a real one.
Hey,
Really?
I'll put it this way. I'm pro real Christmas tree. I think they look awesome. If it's in my house though, it's a fake motherfucker. I
Yeah,
am not
well-
dealing with making sure there's water in there.
Well, the main problem is them being
They catch on fire.
pine trees or whatever. The fuck they not
Pine
pine
needles.
Pine, yeah, the
Yeah.
needles.
The needles fall
fall.
everywhere.
You got to sweep every 10 minutes if you
Yeah.
want a clean floor. So yeah, that's the
Well,
big.
and
Yeah,
then
but if you have
also-
fucking dogs, you're used to that shit anyway. So
Yeah, that's true.
Wow.
But also, like, thing is, if you don't keep them watered, they'll dry out, and they are hella flammable.
bro, I, used
I
to
wouldn't
s-
mind watering them, but yeah, the flammability of it
Yeah.
and the needles everywhere.
I used to sling the fuck out of natural Christmas trees when I worked at Home
think-
Depot, bro.
Oh, really?
Dude, I ran the Christmas tree tent, give it that shit a fresh cut. Little old lady, she slipped me a 20 sack on low key under the table. I tied that shit tight to her car.
Straight slanging
Over.
that shit, bro.
Slanging.
Yeah. Apparently, Rose wants to get a real one. this year. My family tried it one year when I was a kid, and my mom was like, "No."
All right, man. It's been bricked up. Bricked up.
Bricked up.
Bricked up. All right, guys. You guys have a good one.
Thanks, you too.